Hello, and welcome to Goats and Dragons, the stream where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I try to kill my friends. I'm Andrew Gilbert, the benevolent dictator of Helpful Goat Gaming, but tonight, I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master. And I'm not alone. With me, as always, is the unbenevolent dictator of Helpful Goat, Galway, playing the tiefling sorcerer, Charity.
Hey, everybody.
Adam, playing the halfling rogue, Burbage Kemp.
Hi, everyone. Happy Friday.
Lena, playing the Goliath barbarian, Stormbringer.
Hi.
And Darcy, playing the tiefling cleric, Hakari.
I'm on a boat and it's going fast and I got a nautical theme, Pashmina Afghan.
A nautical themed Pashmina Afghan?
Yeah, from Saturday Night Live.
That's oh man, that's an SNL reference I don't think I get. Is that bad?
Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. Well, you fools can draw in the background while I put a couple announcements up. First one, you'll notice in the corner down here by a watcher named on Twitter at Miraculous Monty, the most adorable fan art I've ever seen. It's a very, very cute charity. Thanks, Monty. That's awesome. That's super, super cool.
Wait, where is it? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, down here on the right side.
To be fair, you were saying where it was, and I hadn't seen where you put it. So I'm like, Stream does not know this fact, Andy. Stream does not know this fact.
Thank you, Monty. Yeah, everybody go follow Monty on Twitter. They are very talented, and yes.
And look at the little precious sparkle charity.
Oh, God, it's so cute. At Miraculous Monty. All right. We also have been publishing our adventures on a podcast, and we're up to episode 54 or something like that, around there.
Numbers, what are they?
Like that.
Yeah, with a Fates of Rin, this main campaign, but we've also started recording Waterdeep Dragon Heist, a second campaign from Helpful Goat Gaming. That utilizes just a few of the same actors, adding TJ to the mix there, and completely new characters in a whole new world and setting. That is Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and that is really fun. We're going to start publishing those pretty soon then as well. But you can catch a couple of those right now on YouTube if you go to Helpful Goat Gaming, and check out that second campaign that we're having fun with. And it's a super fun one. I'm quite impressed. We're having a good time there. And for that second campaign, Chaos Nest, I hope I'm saying that right. Jonah, the artist from Chaos Nest, spelled with a K-A-O-S, Nest, did art for the campaign B, and it's brilliant. It's awesome, and we'll get all that up and we'll show that all to you when we're a little bit more close to revealing that sometime in August.
Yeah, that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Sondheim God is asking us if we list our pronouns. We don't do it all the time. We did it on Big Gay Orcs.
Oh, sure.
Just because we had a bunch of new cast members there. But we can totally do that tonight. I'm he, him, his.
And say your names too, real quick.
Adam as Burbage, and I'm playing he, him, his.
You're playing he, him, is?
I am. So I both.
Okay. We're moving along. This is Galway. I play Charity.
It's a good point. I remember our first time playing. I wasn't sure. I was like, okay, what pronouns do these characters like?
Yeah, no. I totally get that. No, it was worthwhile. I was more trying to move on from
So Adam, so Adam uses he, him, his, as does Burbage.
In Galway?
Galway and Charity both use he, him, his.
Lena
and Stormbringer are both she, her, hers.
and Dars?
Hakari and Darcy are both she, her, hers.
Cool. Yeah, excellent. That's a good reminder to do that every once in a while.
You also exist, Andy.
Oh, yes. As the Dungeon Master, I'm he, him, and then the Dungeon Master is godlike, beyond pronouns. So,
This is why we tried to not remind Andy that Andy exists.
Wait, so should we be using just God for you all the time?
No,
I
God,
mean,
don't
it
buy into. Oh, Lord.
Lord is fine too, yeah.
Oh.
Excellent, yeah, great reminder. Thank you. Also, we are an affiliate, which means you're able to cheer and subscribe to us on Twitch. And as a reminder, anyone who has Amazon Prime, you're able to subscribe for free to us through Twitch Prime. It is super easy to just link those accounts, and then you get a couple free subscriptions to give to whoever you like. We would love it if we were one of those, but if not, help out some other streamers. That's always good too. Yeah, I think that's most of the announcements. So let's get into some crazy stuff in tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons.
Dun 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 dun.
If we had more practice at this, we could do this as like a round, and it would be amazing.
I mean, it's already bad enough that like I think on stream I'm probably already like not synced up with the music when I sing along.
I'm not sure you are in my headphones, so.
Previously on Goats and Dragons, the Fates of Rin. Having found Burbage again and saved Diefield from the fire blight, the family takes a moment to breathe as their ship sails back toward Cliffmill. Charity can't help but smile as his chicks are together in the nest. Even Hikari has been a warming presence, and her drinking games with Burbage have certainly caused some laughter amongst the crew. Warmth is what they need as they set out toward the site of Amaris's sacrifice, and the cold pillar that protrudes from the town square is a constant reminder of this. On the ship, the family meets and discusses their next course of action. Having a moment to think and now putting the pieces of an increasingly difficult puzzle together, the group fears that they aren't even sure what the larger picture may be. Questions arise. Who is the stranger, the spider, the whispers in the dark? How are all these connected with the elemental plane of fire and the fire blight? What truly does Ponway know? What is Yizek's involvement? What is Behelit's? This discussion was cut short by the arrival of a young halfling sailor knocking on the door. It appeared that he had dazedly wandered on the ship, not exactly remembering where the bananas are stored. Hikari immediately ran out of the conference room to check on her stores of alcohol, and they were all accounted for. It appeared as though some of the crew, even Burbage and Stormbringer, were having trouble recalling things lately. They might be in one part of the ship, and then suddenly they were in another without exactly recalling how they had gotten there. And more times than not, they had a banana in their hand, half eaten already. Charity had lazily begun to watch the halflings play an odd betting game that he had seen back in Federo. Halflings and giants, they called it. Charity seemed to enjoy this, as he would quietly watch them for hours. This time fuckery sparked some sad memories for Stormbringer, and she joined Hikari for a drink. She asked Hikari how she could get over the loss of anyone important like Roburn. Hikari, answering, tipped back her shot and said, "Drink and fight." And then, when asked if this was why she drinks and fights all the time, Hikari promptly passed out. Burbage started playing a game with a few of the halfling sailors to see who could walk the rails of the ship the longest. One fell overboard. That night, Charity was visited in his sleep by the voice of Behelit again. And this time, Charity could see the figure and surroundings. The voice sounded a bit different, not in tone, but in confidence. The voice that then asked Charity where he was. It appears that something is interfering with Behelet's all-encompassing knowledge, something that has covered the group in a veil. Once, when they fought the Alhun, and again since Vimeris's death. Charity refused to give any information and left off his own will, letting the voice know that he could see him and his surroundings. Burbage steered the ship for a ways and got too close to another ship. When they tried to board them, they fired flaming arrows onto the ship, Charity stepped in and set their boat on fire instead. Do you guys remember that, right? All of you?
Yeah, totally.
Andy,
Yeah, totally. Okay. You all
You're
sat
terrible.
together. You all sat together on the
Sarcasm.
deck, watching it snow lately. The gray sea
Really?
around you disappearing into the whiteness beyond your sight. It was lovely, peaceful. The halflings had a couple snowball fights. Another one fell off.
How many crew members are we down to?
Yeah, did
Yeah.
these halflings die?
Like,
Guys, this is a recap. Come on, you know this. This happened last time, right?
fuck you, Andy.
This is
That is
the
so
worst.
like bullshit, Andy.
This
They
is the
should
worst
not be-
flashback episode ever.
They should not be
Yeah.
dead. I have telekinesis. That's all I'm gonna say.
Stormbringer figured out who the stranger was.
Fuck you.
Oh, we're
Kari
off to a
shared
good
few
start.
Drinks. Kari shared a few drinks with the Dwarven brothers. The group decided to investigate the time fuckery, or rather the memory fuckery. Charity and Hikari perform another memory spell. As she reached into his mind, she found a memory that somehow had a connection to her. She honed in on it and unlocked it. It was a memory of Hikari's death in a previous life. It seems she was killed by silver and black flames. But in front of the tiefling she remembered was a small boy of maybe 8 or 9. His eyes were black, though tear-filled. His skin was pink but darkening and cracking in places to show a silver and black molten fire underneath. As the larger tiefling coaxed the boy to finish Hikari, he cast a simple spell, and the battered and older Hikari was quickly engulfed in hellfire. Coming out of the vision in this memory, pools of this hellfire seemed to come with them. It caught the ship on fire and could only be removed, not extinguished. A light rain started to patter the wooden floorboards of the ship, but did nothing to quench the insatiable fire. Luckily, the family removed the wood without setting anything else aflame. And as Hikari fled from the group to presumably drink, and as Charity fainted from the flood of memories being unlocked, a ship very quietly appeared out of the darkness, and it came alongside, hoisted ropes to ensnare the railings and masts of your ship, and then opened its gigantic maw. The ship itself was roaring, deeply and terrifying all who witness it. This is a ship come to monstrous life. Its seemingly wooden surface gleams in the dim torchlight, revealing gelatinous layer on its outsides and gigantic teeth below that suck in salt water and exude a bulbous, tongue-like appendage that slaps the side of your ship, adhering itself to the wood and beginning to eat away at it with acidic saliva. My friends, what is it you'd like to do?
Able to see the map? There we go.
So last I knew, Burbage was trying to wake up Charity.
And we'd sort of scooched back from the edge because Stormbringer had.
Yeah, I
Made us
dragged you guys
move.
back from the edge, and then I was chopping the ropes that had connected us. And I'm also going to shout at a crew member to go away, Kakari. Shake her as many times as you have to. Panicking a little.
Excellent. And you do see, yeah, several of the crew members have come up from the bottom of the ship. And you pointed one, and he rushes back down to knock on her quarters. Why don't we just start tonight with an initiative? I think that'd be good. Just everyone roll some initiative.
Finally fixed my initiative, so it actually works right.
Oh, that'd be
Hopefully.
nice.
Hey, I critted my initiative. Yeah.
Very
Whoa,
nice.
Very nice.
Did mine roll?
Yeah.
Yep.
Charity Stormbringer. Whoa, we have several charities on here.
What's our current inspiration status? Anybody?
I have inspiration.
I have inspiration.
Don't know.
I think if I had it, I must have used it.
I feel like it was pretty inspired that you were trying to put out the fire. I'm just trying to cover things from last episode.
Yeah, using the plank that doesn't burn.
Which
Yeah.
did in
Try to
fact
put
then
out the
burn.
hellfire. It didn't work, but it was still inspired, right, Andy?
Of course. Not an inspiration level inspired, but
Why did we delete my initiative? I liked my initiative.
you have a 20.14, right?
It's not showing up on my turn order tracker.
It's not?
It's not on mine either. I think it might just be on yours, Andy.
It was my 19.14 was there and then it disappeared.
Let's put it back.
Mine-
Go ahead and roll again.
So my thing says you wanted to send the results of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected. So
Yeah.
I don't
Now
know if that's showing on anyone.
Yeah, you're good. You have a token here now that if you wanted to.
And my
Do,
roll was a 19.
Cool. We'll fix that for you.
Yeah.
And Hikari, what was yours? A 9. So we'll fix that for you. Okay. There we go. All right. Yeah. Why don't we go ahead and begin then with Stormbringer? You see rope seemingly come alive and latch itself to the ship all around you.
So
You very quickly get to act here, before really anyone else, and then you'll get to act again.
I had been slicing the ropes. Are there still ropes attached, or did I slice them all before we hit battle?
No, every rope you slice seems like 2 more appeared.
Problem.
Indeed.
So do I not think that I could slice all the ropes because they'll just keep coming?
I mean, theoretically, there is a finite level to its power, though you're not sure if you can keep up with it.
How many ropes are there up right now?
$24.
Jeez. Okay. I guess I'm going to shoot at it.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Shoot
use
away.
my longbow. Oh, I'm going into raid. Because I'm
Okay.
pretty pissed off that the ship is attacking us.
Sounds good. Rage it is.
That's cool. I fumbled for my longbow.
Interesting start. We're just gonna go ahead and roll that crit miss.
Oh, good.
You draw a ton of
Hey,
attention to yourself.
that's what I want. I'm a tank.
As the arrow sort of flies just kind of up in the air and then loosely into the water.
Notice me. Second attack.
Notice me, boat senpai.
I imagine a 9 doesn't hit.
A 9 does hit the side of the boat, but just bounces off into the water.
Yeah, okay. So I guess that's my surprise round.
Yeah. But go ahead and do what you'd like.
Get him out early. It's fine. Just get him out
Yeah,
early.
get it all out early. It's good.
Hopefully. Otherwise this battle's gonna suck. Okay, I'm
It's
gonna...
gonna suck either way.
Oh,
It's a
good.
giant
Thanks,
boat
Andy.
monster.
Fuck. I don't even know what to do with this.
Or,
I'm gonna...
as just a quick question, Andy.
Mm.
I seem to remember when we talked about this. There are like ballista on the ship.
There are, yes.
Oh.
Yep.
Can
the
I,
very front of the ship, and the very back of the ship.
Can I move up to the one in the front? I think I'm by the closest to the front. I can't actually tell which is the front of the ship.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm
come
close
over
to the
here
front.
with the torchlight. Yeah. Feel free. Rush up to that.
And then, can I use that to try shooting the ship?
So you yank this sort of giant machinery already loaded over, and then it clicks and it stops. It can't actually turn any further. You're not really going to get a good hit on the ship unless the ship, their ship, moves forward a bunch more. So you don't think you're going to be able to use this at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I think I'd be able to use the one in the back of the ship?
Probably not, since your ship is a lot bigger.
Okay.
You doubt it's gonna be.
Then,
You do hear one of the halfling captain yelling to the dwarf brothers to drop the anchor. I don't know if that matters to you.
that makes sense if we can't get him disentangled from it. So I guess I'm just gonna shoot at it again with my longbow.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, yay!
That is
Critical
a
hit.
critical hit then. Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage for that.
And I have brutal critical, so I get an extra
Damage die.
damage.
4 damage.
That
Right.
which has nothing to do with like
Plus
the
another 3, so 7 damage.
Why was the plus the other 3?
Because I have brutal critical.
Oh, because they rolled 2 ones on their turn, so you get to re-roll those. Was that it?
No, I get an extra damage die with brutal
Oh, that's
critical.
it. Oh, I see. Okay, cool. So it's a total of 7 damage. Excellent. All right.
and forceful hit.
Yeah.
So does that
so
work?
You aimed down, and as you were aiming, sort of at the front of just the ship, its tongue sort of kind of flipped up to get a better smack on our ship, and you hit that. You hit the big fleshy tongue part of this thing, and instead of knocking into the ship again, you blast the tongue back, and it kind of reels, and it kind of sucks back into the mouth for a second.
Okay, and second attack then.
All right.
18.
It does hit.
So 3 damage.
All right, you stick the arrow onto the side of the ship, but it doesn't seem to have reacted at all. You think you might need to hit this a little harder to actually hurt it.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. Charity.
So basically Burbage has been sort of like shaking me awake, right? That's where we sort of
Yes.
are, and I'd woken up. Burbage is going to see Charity's eyes open, focus on the ship. Huh. That's interesting. Although perhaps unusually for Burbage, Charity just kind of does a kip up. So he rolls back onto his shoulders and then flips himself up with momentum, which is not a thing you've seen Charity do much before. Looks at it, and you're just gonna see Charity get very focused looking. Giant ship? Don't fuck with my family. And at this, the halos of flame are going to erupt. Yarr.
All right.
That wasn't the spell that I cast. That wasn't me.
That was like,
Whoops.
I'm going
You're
to cast a spiritual weapon. Sort of.
okay.
Are these fleshy bits? Sort of on the side of the ship here?
fleshy, Yeah,
Ugh.
thicker tentacle things that don't even bother trying to conceal itself.
We really don't need to keep using any words to describe this.
Okay.
None of them are good.
None of them.
I'm gonna sort of cast my spiritual weapon near those, since those seem like
Okay.
more exposed areas. And I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon at level 4. So 21 to hit.
Alright. That does it.
17 force damage.
17. Yes, that definitely hits enough to carve into it. All right.
And then does the God, this combat is going to produce so many phrases I never wanted to say or hear. Does the ship's giant tongue-like appendage also kind of have like a face, as it looks like there? Or is the whole thing seems like the creature, right? So many words I
the
never wanted to
whole
put in
boat is-
sequence. Ugh. So you're gonna see Charity smile for just a second, and hold out his hand. And say, "Can you hear death spell? And I need the boat to make a wisdom saving throw."
All right. It's got some wisdom.
I've got an 18 DC.
You rolled a 4.
17 necrotic damage.
Excellent. That seemed to definitely.
And I'm sort of going to turn. Shooting would be good, Burbage. And take a little bit of a step back. Oh, no, I've talked a lot, so I'll wait for the next turn.
Okay. At this, the boat does seem to lurch, kind of lurch as if it's stopping. The brothers seem to have gotten down the anchor, and the halflings are kind of rushing over to see what they can do. A few of them are trying to cut some of the ropes off. Otherwise, they're just trying to maintain the integrity of the boat itself. Hikari, there's a giant pounding on your door, and you're drunk and just about to pass out when you hear this. What is it you'd like to do? Hikari?
Sorry. I'm going to cast Shield of Faith.
Okay.
On
As soon as you hear the knocking on your door. All right.
Oh wait, I thought it was on the deck already. You have
No,
me on the
you're
deck.
still below in your room.
Sorry.
Just for initiative.
I was looking at my icon on there and I was like, oh, I guess I'm on the deck.
No.
So I hear knocking at my door and
Yes.
how drunk am I?
Fairly drunk. Yeah, you were just about to pass out when you kind of felt a shimmy and then a lurching in the ship and then a knocking on the door.
Okay. So I get up and I open the door, blearily,
Oh, Miss,
like I'm swaying.
Hikari, they need you up top. There's some sort of monstrous thing. Quickly now, please.
Okay. Do I have any like water in my cabin?
Not at all. No. Nope. Nor do you hear sort of any
Okay, so
I think she means water to drink.
No,
drink. I see.
no.
No,
Oh.
definitely.
Go get me some water now. Like a bucket. A bucket.
A bucket.
Bucket.
Okay, yes. Sure thing, miss. Yes, I'll be right back. And he goes off to get a bucket.
Okay. I'm just kind of walking around, like trying to get my
Okay.
blood going.
Yeah.
Walking.
Are you walking anywhere in particular, or
Just in circles. Just in
All right.
circles in my
just
room.
kind of all right, getting it up? Okay, sounds good. That is your turn. All right. This monstrous thing seems definitely to be pulling closer toward your boat. And Stormbringer, you see its large, gigantic sort of tongue-like appendage whip out again from the front of it, and this time raises up above the side of your ship and tries to slam down on you. And does a... Ooh, never mind. That was a critical miss.
Oh, yay.
It's scared of you now.
It's...
Maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't really have any friends around to be scared of how terrible he did there. That was a frightful miss. He missed so hard, just slammed into the boat again a little bit. But you saw when it slammed into the boat, it immediately released kind of an acidic liquid. You really don't want to get hit with that. And then Charity and Burbage, ropes shoot out at you. Burbage, does a 24 hit you?
Yes, a 24 hits me.
And does a 26 hit you, Charity?
What do you think, Andy?
I believe it does. All right. Burbage, that's 4 bludgeoning damage and 7 acid damage. And I need you to make a check against being grappled.
First of all, can I have any of that damage with my uncanny dodge?
You saw it coming, so you can have all of it, I guess. Yeah.
So it was 11 total, right?
Yeah. So it'd be
So I'll
5 for
take
you.
5 instead.
Yeah. And then Charity, it's 1 bludgeoning and 5 acid, and I need you to make a check against being grappled, either athletics or acrobatics. Both of you.
And I'm gonna use my squat nimbleness, so I have advantage on this
All right.
check.
Seven for my acrobatics.
Okay. And a 22 for Burbage. Burbage, you see these ropes coming, and while it hits you, you see it like kind of loosen very quickly and try to wrap around your head, and you just barely duck out of the way as it tries to cinch and squeeze at you. Charity, however, while you sort of move out of the way of your head, it does grab your feet, and it feels like it's getting taut, like it's about to pull you toward it.
This is the thing that hit me, though, correct?
Yes.
Yep. Could I hellish rebuke it?
Yes, absolutely.
That's a thing that I'm a tiefling.
Yeah.
So hellish rebuke at level 2, as per tiefling rules. Oh, right. It's a saving throw. I was like, wait, where's my attack roll?
Yeah. Ooh, it rolled an 18.
So it saved.
Does it take half that?
I believe so. Yes. So it took 8 fire damage.
All right. That is enough actually for the rope to kind of, and you hear it almost kind of squeal slightly as it whips back and loosens around your legs again.
Oh, piss off. That was Charity to the rope, not Galway to you. It can be hard to tell, I know.
So, wait, is that rope trying to grapple Charity again?
No, it released.
It recoiled.
And it kind of recoiled back.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I misheard.
Yeah. And the whole boat is trying to kind of just pull itself alongside you now again. And Burbage, go ahead.
Are there any more... So crew members were coming up onto deck,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
I would yell... I would shout out to them, Oi, keep trying to cut the ropes! Just to have any kind of attempts at trying to, disconnect. And yeah,
You hear the captain shout back, "Oh, I belay that order! Get those sails up!"
that's stupid.
Okay.
Burbage will. So yeah, Galway asked if these green things are like fleshy appendages or whatever, right?
Yes. Yeah. Parts of this mimic that don't care that you don't know it's wood anymore.
Right. And then what's this? Is there like a mouth in the middle of the ship also?
I mean, there's a way to get closer to tell if you want, but
That's one of those DM offers you shouldn't accept.
Okay, well, yeah, Burbage is gonna try to shoot one of these green fleshy things
sure.
with a walloping bolt.
Right.
The word fleshy is just being used a lot tonight.
Yeah.
And if I think he's got well, I mean, the last I knew, Burbage at one point was like grappled by one of the ropes and had to use Bright Fang to like set it free. So he's probably still got Bright Fang equipped.
Okay.
Well, that was before you had pulled me away, though.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't
You
have had
could
a
have
weapon
showed it by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we can say that I sheathed Bright Fang
Yeah.
before combat, then and if I can have both of my crossbows out, that's perfect.
Absolutely. Yeah, dude.
All right, let's see what happens.
It's not quite close enough that you're getting advantage or sneak attack, I don't think yet. But a 22 with that hits. And a 21 will hit. Yeah, so roll damage for those. A 9 and a 5. All right. Both of those stick into the side of the boat. But again, the creature doesn't seem to do anything. He doesn't seem to move or flinch. You're not sure you're actually doing damage to the creature. It just feels like there's a tough outer exterior that you're not quite getting through with those hits.
Can I roll d20s for the wallops?
Yeah.
Well, that I
Yeah.
don't think it'll make a difference.
Yeah.
Oh my.
A 19. And a 1. Yeah, so the one was you could see that one was getting ready to strike at this poor halfling over here. But your walloping bolt actually sort of this little tiny explosion of force bounced it back on almost onto its own deck. You think it has one less attack next round because of that.
Cool.
Meta-like gaming. Would you like to move? Would you like to do anything else?
Nope, that's my turn.
Right. Storm.
Or well, I might move. No, that's my turn.
All right. Okay. You see some of the halflings around you, Burbage, like kind of looking into you, like, "Oh no, we got this. You're amazing. We got this." Stormbringer.
Do I feel like the rope recoiling from Charity from the fire damage was because of the damage, or do I feel like it was because of the fire?
Give me a nature check.
When the DM's not sure what check you need to make.
Nature.
22.
Ooh, 22. You feel it was probably the amount of damage he did was enough to kind of because you could see he burned off part of the sort of fleshy rope appendage. So it seemed like the amount of damage is what made it recoil.
Okay. I'm gonna move into a maybe vaguely precarious spot. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna move over to here because then I'm within 10 feet of it. Can I stand there?
Yeah.
Technically speaking?
Just
Okay.
right on the edge. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to climb up a little bit on the railing to be perfectly within 10 feet, but you're good.
Okay, so I'm within 10 feet of it, so,
Okay.
I'm gonna... Is this fire next to me? Is this a torch?
Yeah. A torch.
Do I feel like lighting my arrows on fire will make them do more damage?
Your arrows are not the type that light on fire.
I mean, everything lights on fire. It's just
Fire
my
is hot
not
enough.
Try burning
fireball
the
then?
shaft of. You could try burning the shaft of the arrow, sure.
Do I feel like that wouldn't work very well?
I don't think you probably don't think it's going to add damage to it. And if it
Okay.
were actually a boat, that would be a great idea.
Yeah.
But this is not necessarily a flammable.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna shoot at it normally then.
All right.
I fumbled again. That's gonna be this kind of battle for me.
Oh no. That is a. Okay.
Well, damn, there went our plan to have the barbarian persuade the boat. Fuck. He saw through it.
For podcast purposes, what kind of crit miss was that?
Sorry, that was an embarrassing crit miss, which means she gets a -2 to charisma for this encounter. So if she were to try to intimidate or persuade the boat, the boat is not scared of her at all.
Darn.
Good to know.
Good to know.
Okay.
All right.
Second attack.
Yes, please.
Does a 10 hit?
It does not. It actually just goes sailing over the whole entire boat into the water, helplessly.
Okay, well, the ship needs to make a DC 17 dex saving throw anyways.
Okay. And Hikari, the thing you're looking for is called Divine Intervention. Sorry, there was a little side conversation.
No, that's okay. I'm not
It's
sure.
like a mind
what
reader.
it in.
Yeah. And what was that, Stormbringer?
The ship needs to make a DC 17 dex save. I'm trying to electrocute it with my
Please,
storm
please.
aura.
Yeah. Yeah, I rolled a 4.
So it will take 6 points of lightning
Nice.
damage.
All right. Yeah, you again don't think that that's enough to sort of
Even with
puncture
lightning?
past this gelatin-like layer of this ship.
Okay. And I'm also going to shout at Burbage and Charity, "Get back from the edge! I'll take the ropes!" And I'm going to shout at the ship, "Fight me, you stupid ship! I'm the biggest thing over here besides the other ship!" And that's my turn.
All right, Charity.
You're going to see Charity sort of blink, and I feel like the color on his eyes shimmers just a little bit for a moment.
Yeah.
And then located off sort of the other side of the boat so that it's inside it, but it's not affecting our boat at all. It's going to be a 20-foot radius circle.
Okay.
But so it's engulfing the boat, but not our boat. You're going to see almost a swirling mass of purple light.
Ooh.
And I am going to cast Synaptic Static. It needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh no, that's not great. Okay, so it rolled a 3 and got a 0 total.
Okay. That's very good. So I'm going to quickly do something here because don't start entering that damage. I'm going to trigger Empowered Spell. Which, in case anyone wants to know, I can spend 1 sorcery point, and I can re-roll the number of damage dice up to my charisma modifier. So I am going to re-roll both ones, the 2, and 1 of the 3s.
Okay.
So 4d6.
So it's 15 plus 18. Oh, that's much better.
Furthermore, the ship now has muddled thoughts for 1 minute.
Okay.
During that 1 minute, it must roll a d6 and subtract the number rolled from its attack rolls, ability checks, and constitution saving throws. It can make an int saving throw again at the end of each of its turns, and it ends the effect on itself if it succeeds. That is not a concentration effect, by the way.
Excellent.
I have no concentration.
Okay, cool.
Furthermore, I'm going to hit it with a spiritual weapon again. Or try.
Good.
13?
A 13 does not. It again just kind of slaps into it, but can't.
So that was
penetrate anything.
33 psychic, right? Or what was
Yeah.
that? Cool. And I felt like that all worked normally.
Yeah, that seemed to hurt it. Yeah, pretty much. You kind of hear it.
You deserve this.
Kind of moaning.
You deserve this.
Akari. Akari, what would you like to do? The little guy comes running back with a pail of water.
Okay. So I'm gonna take that and dump it over my head.
All right.
Does that wake me up?
It does a little bit, actually.
A little
yeah.
bit? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you're used to this. This is your preferred method of trying to get sober quickly.
Okay. And then I'm going to use divine intervention
Okay.
to ask my god to make me an amazing drunken fighter.
Okay.
'Cause I'm pretty drunk.
Yeah. Are you able to roll that ability real quick, or
Yeah.
do you want me? Yeah. Just to see what you need to roll for it.
It looks like I need a D100, the percentile.
Yeah. Just put that in chat real quick.
94.
If you roll a number equal to or lower than your cleric level, your deity intervenes. So in this case, the high number is not great.
Yeah, I know.
You sort of are there drenching wet, and you hear just kind of a little in your head.
Motherfucker.
But you don't believe that your chaotic god is willing to grant you this today.
Gods always fail you.
Okay. Yep.
That's why you need family.
Okay.
All right. Do you
Is
want
that
to
my
run? Yeah. Do you want to? You can still move if you wanted to run up on the deck. You could.
I'll go ahead and. Well, if I run up on the deck, am I going to be within like hitting distance of the?
You don't even know what's out there. You were just told there's something.
But no,
monstrous.
me. I'm asking metagame. Would I know?
But I can't tell you metagame. Because Charity has no, or Akari has no idea.
I was like, Charity has
I'm
every
just,
idea.
Curious. I wasn't gonna use it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and run up on the deck then.
Okay, so within about 20 feet of movement, you can get to here. So you still have 10 feet of movement now that you see there's a gigantic ship with monstrous rope-like tentacles
So
attaching itself to your boat.
now can I tell? If
Yes,
I'm within.
you think you would definitely be in range of it.
Okay. Can I duck down?
There's really nothing to duck behind.
Like, can I
here.
just like flatten myself? Can I
Just-
like
yeah,
flatten
you-
myself?
You can
on
go
the desk
prone. Yeah,
For a minute.
yeah. You can do that.
That's what I'm
Okay.
gonna do.
All right. Akari goes prone. All right. This thing. It gets a lot closer to your.
That feels
bones.
unnecessary. That feels extremely unnecessary.
It's pulled up right alongside you now. And yeah. However, one of its tentacles is still kind of stunned a little bit, so it's going to kind of slash and hit the boat itself with its gigantic pseudopod.
Subtracting the d6.
And the boat itself shimmies, and you hear kind of a like eating away at it. You're not exactly sure how many more attacks like that the boat can take.
I don't suppose you subtracted the d6 from the roll.
Go ahead and roll. Yeah, please roll those for me.
Okay.
It was a 23, so it's gonna hit your boat, but yes, awesome. So 17. And then it is going to attack. So give me another one of those d6 rolls. It's one of the ropes is going to try to.
It's real. I fucked it up real bad.
Wow.
God damn it.
Oof. It rolled a 20. It ensnares this guy right here. And looks like it's gonna start getting taut and pulling him toward it. But that's all it's doing this turn. Burbage Kemp.
And so that was the one less attack because
Yeah.
of my walloping bolt.
Definitely.
Cool. I will. So one of the ropes is now wrapped around this guy.
Yes. Correct.
And is the rope protruding from any particular fleshy appendage?
Jesus Christ.
I mean, you could run over and sort of whack at it if you'd like. This one.
He could run over
Right,
and whack
right.
the fleshy appendage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do I like? Is it coming from
It's not coming.
like, for example, that green thing,
God
or
damn
is it just
Andy.
coming from like the
Sort of.
ship itself?
Yeah, it's one of its like faux rigging ropes. That's just slashed out here. Yeah.
Right. Was this guy? Did this guy seem like he was doing anything particularly useful?
I mean, he was definitely pulling up the sails on this mast here, helping.
Is he okay? Let's get down to brass tacks. Is he attractive?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's
He's the good-looking one on the
shirtless right now. Yeah, he's shirtless. He's covered in tattoos.
Oh
He's got
man.
like like a 10-day beard. He's soaking wet from the rain right now.
Okay, I will try to save him. I will, which means that I have to drop my my crossbow, I guess, right? And
If you want to slash, yeah.
yeah, I want to slash.
You could store it, and that's fine. It's only
Okay, so I'll store my crossbow while I unsheath Bright Fang, and I will try to slash at this rope with Bright Fang.
sounds good. All right.
An 11?
11 doesn't quite cut through it, Burbage. It's still taut, and you're not quite able to hack. And all the other halflings that saw you run up to save this guy are now very quickly starting to look a little worried. The wielder of Bright Fang is not able to cut the rope.
Jesus Christ, great. He's the ultimate halfling influencer.
This is ridiculous. Can I try to... Can I try to shoot the rope with my offhand crossbow?
Not really, because I mean, there's a special feat that allows you to make that second attack with a crossbow. But yeah,
I realized that.
Well, if it's his offhand crossbow.
Yeah, but it's the loading of the crossbow without both of them there. It's
okay.
I think because it's a specific feat that you don't have, don't think it'll work.
Yeah, I think we established a tricky precedent in the defensive die field when I just suddenly was able to attack with both Bright Fang and my offhand crossbow on the same turn.
We did? We
did
do that? Oh, okay.
I mean, we did it, and yeah.
I didn't recall. Let's keep it up then. Go ahead,
And part of it, like, to be clear, like, I think that there's this, like, a nifty kind of, like, contraption that I've always envisioned on both of, like, Burbage's, like, wrists or forearms that allows him to, like, load his crossbows without, like, having his, like, hands free. And I'm not an engineer, so...
You're just Assassin's Creeding it up in here.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I'm going to try to shoot that rope since the precedent was set.
Do
you
it.
didn't say anything then.
Perfect. Let's do it. I'm rooting for you, Burbage.
Are you?
18 hits. The 4 kind of sticks into the... It sticks the rope to the floorboard, but the power of this kind of appendage just breaks the bolt, and it doesn't seem like it cut it fully.
Did I mention that it's a walloping bolt?
You did not, please. Try to remember to mention that before you see the outcome of it. And a 13,
Didn't wallop anyway.
I did not wallop.
Dice don't lie.
All right. Do you want to move, Burbage?
If I'm close to this hot guy, then I'm fine.
His name is Adele.
I was like, I also noticed that the hot guy has a name now, which he did not before.
He now has a name. He as the rope is like becoming tighter around him, he looks at you. Burbage? Stormbringer's turn.
But the rope is now like pinned to our ship?
It was, and then it broke. Yeah, it broke the bolt. It's free now. Yeah.
That's stupid.
Stormbringer.
Okay, so the ship has moved to within 5 feet of me according to roll 20.
Of course.
So I'm gonna swing at it
All right.
with my axe.
Yeah. You are on the edge of the railing there, and you just bend over and just let this thing have it. There's a lot of weird terminology.
Fuck yeah!
Whoa!
It's gonna be
Sure
this
did
kind of
let it
battle
have
for me
it.
Where it's only crit rolls and crit fail.
All right. What happens?
It doesn't have a shield.
It doesn't. That's a shield sunder crit hit. Alas, that one does nothing.
It's at least a lot of damage.
That's a huge bummer.
But it's a lot of damage. Yeah, you're gonna hurt it. Ooh.
So
11?
14.
Yeah, 14 because of rage.
Because of rage.
All right.
Did that seem to actually hurt it?
Yes.
So that did seem like. Did I feel like full damage went through? Full damage penetration?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Full penetration of the gelatinous matter.
Great. Then
Of the fleshy
second
wood.
attack.
Of the fleshy wood.
I fucking 10.
A 10
What
doesn't
is
quite.
this with my rolling?
you're just you're kind of losing your balance just a little bit on the railing, and so you just pull your slice a tiny bit, and it's just not enough power to get anything from it.
Okay. And I am going to I can jump down off the railing without leaving my 5-foot square, right? So without provoking an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. You can kind
Okay.
of settle back down.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that because that seems a little safer, and I'm gonna shout at the ship again. Hey, I said fucking fight me! Look at how big I am! I just hurt you! And that's my turn.
Lightning.
Sounds good.
Right, thank you, Galway. Also the ship needs to make a DC 17 dex save.
All right. It's a little dexterous, but not much.
The ship.
You rolled a 4.
It's a little dexterous, but not.
So
It's a
2
4.
points of lightning damage.
Oh,
except
the
I-
lightning, doesn't seem to penetrate.
Yeah.
What this is.
All right.
Okay. So that's my turn.
All right.
So Adele is being grabbed by one of the ropes.
Oh, it needs to make a intelligence check at the end of its turn, right?
Yeah, saving throw.
A saving throw. It rolled a 6. Okay.
Did you say that it rolled a 3 the first time and it rolled a 0?
Yeah.
It can't pass. It literally can't
'Cause you're at
pass my
7.
DC. My DC
Well,
is
couldn't
18.
it pass if it rolled a
Yeah.
crit?
Yeah.
It hit.
But I mean,
That's it.
anything other than the bright, colorful numbers,
Yeah.
it did not do.
It is the dumbest thing. Yep.
All
right.
So to continue this, shirtless tattoo halfling is grabbed by a rope, and is that sort of coming from the ship directly parallel to it? Because the ropes are still
pretty much, yeah.
attached to the main body of the ship, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And the mast and the
Yeah. So we're drawing a much more familiar 20-foot radius circle. So that I don't want it to touch our sails or our ship. Do you see what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and I'm actually about where I have it, like here. So it's located off the side, but that it's definitely going to consume where that rope is starting.
Okay, I got you.
If that makes sense. So like,
here.
so that it's reaching to that side of the ship. So I feel like I'm pretty sure it would do damage to specifically the rope that has him. And it needs to make a dexterity saving throw as we fireball.
It's not gonna do well. He rolled a 3.
Cool. I'm going to spend a sorcery point to empower that spell. Reroll the 1 and the 2. So subtract 3, add 7.
Okay.
38 fire damage.
38. All right. Yeah, definitely hit.
Did that do anything to the rope?
Yes. Yep, we'll say that, some of that damage definitely kind of focused on that area, and that rope lets go of Adele and flips back.
Okay. And spiritual...
In my mind, Adele was a much more masculine sounding name for this halfling, but now I just can't help but picture the singer.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're mispronouncing it. I think it's Adel.
Adel, that's it. Sure. Adel.
Spiritual weapon going to swing at it. 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Or 20 force damage.
All right.
And that seems like that did damage.
Yes.
Cool.
All right. Hikari.
Okay, I hate to use up another spell right away, but or I guess the other one wasn't a spell, but I'm gonna go ahead and cast Shield of Faith,
Okay.
and that ups my AC to 19.
All right.
I guess I
Nice.
meant to take another turn because I'm not fighting yet. But
Okay, you're
that thing
still
is scary.
you're still
Scary.
way woozy.
I
Yeah.
know, and I'm.
There was a bunch of emotional turmoil there as well. Yeah. All right. Do you need to move or stumble or just lay on the deck and hope you don't fall off?
No, I hop up after that,
Okay.
and I draw my sword to
Okay.
and yeah, I'm gonna like try to be. I'll basically be going towards whatever tentacle is, or whatever fleshy arm thing is
Gotcha.
here.
Do you want to actually hold an action for one that gets within range?
Yeah, I'll prepare
Okay.
to chop at it with my sword.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Stormbringer. The giant, thank you. The giant tongue is going to whip around and try to hit you.
Bring it.
That'll be an 18 total
To
that
hit
hit
or
you?
damage?
to hit
Oh.
you.
Then no, that doesn't hit.
All right. You're just barely able to kind of dodge out of the way of that.
Haha, fight me!
All right. And then two ropes are going to appear and try to hit you. Does a 19 and a 21 hit?
Yeah,
Well-
those both hit.
Are those? Is that actually a
The
14 and a 20?
Oh, the 19 with the 1. Roll for the other one.
No, the 5 was the first one up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
Was the
I'd
one
already
was the second
I'd
one?
already
Oh,
put it,
okay.
and then the second one is here.
All right, so that's a 14. I'm sorry, it's a 15 and a
20?
20.
So the 20 hits.
The 20 will hit. And then give me a check against being grappled, and that's going to be 4 bludgeoning and 7 acid damage. So
What
9
type of check?
total. Athletics or acrobatics?
Wait, 4 bludgeoning and
7 acid, so it'll be 9
Yeah,
total for
okay.
her.
yeah, because she'll have that, and you can make athletics or acrobatics. Resistances combined with multi-damage type monsters are just a pain.
Yeah, right.
So I got a 21.
Yeah, it tries to wrap around you, and you just start pulling these ropes off of you until they just immediately back off. They can't get a hold of you.
Yeah, fight me!
And at this, all of the ropes connected to the boat go taut. They start reeling in, and your boat begins to tip. It's about a 45-degree angle as it's all of these things are just pulling your ship to the side, and I need each of you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
This is an effect I can see, right?
Yes, you see this boat tipping, and the water. Yeah,
18.
Hikari, make yours at a disadvantage, please.
She's also prone.
Oh no, I
She
jumped
stood
up.
up.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
she's
She
down.
stood up. I was like, I know normally that would be a disadvantage, but I feel like that'd be an advantage for this saving throw.
Probably, yeah.
Wow, advantage did not help me. I rolled a 9.
Okay.
18 for me.
Okay.
And I'm so sorry. Where do I roll? Or what do I roll again?
Your saving throw, dexterity.
Dexterity. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is not being grappled?
No, this is just being on a slippery ship.
God, and now we're just really going for all the words, aren't we?
Oh my goodness. Charity, as this is happening, you sort of very adeptly just hook your fingers into kind of the grate of the cargo lift that you're standing on, and you secure a good footing. The rest of you, I need to make some halfling checks. Hold on.
Halfling.
Oh, they're not monsters. They're NPCs. Hold on.
You don't know them.
Some of them are monsters. Ooh, okay. Okay. All right. Adele. All right. All right. So Stormbringer, you fall off the edge. As you slip and slide, you can't get a footing onto the railing. You're gonna actually land on that ship.
Sweet.
Burbage, you go in the water, as does Hikari.
No.
From the deck you hear, "Oh, for fuck's sake."
Stormbringer, as you land on the ship, and actually it's fairly stable, so you land on both of your feet. You, however, cannot pick up your feet, as you are adhered by some sticky substance to the top of this thing.
Because it's a fucking mimic.
Burbage Kemp, your turn.
In case the episode title didn't give that away.
Adel is right next to you in the water, kind of splashing around, but he can swim pretty well.
Okay, I also need him to be either Adele or Adele, because...
Yeah, I think we're mispronouncing it still. I think it's Adel. Adel.
Adel, okay. Adel.
Right? That sounds better to me.
He's your boy toy. Call him what you want.
Yeah, Adel.
Yeah.
As we're in the once we hit the water, Burbage will say to Adel, he'll be like, "Oh, I just thought of a funny line about earlier when you got hit by that rope.
Yeah.
I've heard of shooting ropes, but this is ridiculous." And I'll wink at him.
By the way, Burbage, what kind of armor do you have on?
I have got white studded leather armor.
And Hikari, how much does that weigh?
How much does my leather armor weigh? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. What kind of armor do you have on?
What kind of armor?
My armor weighs 13.
Okay. And Hikari, I believe,
sorry. Yeah, do you see
you're good.
mine? Or do you know
What type of armor does she wear?
I think it's a
Yeah, I'm
studded
not
leather.
sure.
Then it's
Yeah, I think it is.
13 pounds.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I need both of you to kind of make strength athletics checks at the moment to even just be able to swim here.
Do I still have disadvantage?
You don't have disadvantage on this
So,
one. No.
18.
Yeah,
Good.
18. That's good for you. Yeah. 14. You're having a bit of a hard time treading water, Burbage, but you're able to stay up with all your equipment. Wait, how much equipment do you have on you?
We can't just suddenly start caring about that just because you're feeling sadistic. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
It is your boat, so I'm guessing that all of you put most of your belongings in your rooms, right?
Yeah, I'm not like carrying my travel
Sure.
pack or anything.
Right. Okay. Good. So then you're good, Burbage, if that's what you do. Unless you're the type of halfling that carries everything on him at all times. And then we have.
Let's just say that I'm carrying everything that I'll need over the course of this battle.
Perfect.
Flawlessly
Not at all.
constructed.
Yeah. So I'm able to.
We'll say that most of your belongings are in your room.
Say that he has like his battle gear, because like if he has
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a potion or something, you'd probably carry
Right.
that.
Yeah. Sure.
So I'm able to get my ejaculation joke out
Yes, you did.
and
Good job.
stay afloat, right?
And stay afloat.
Okay, good. That is all I care about.
What would you like to do?
So I'm in the water here. I will give up all hope.
The water is incredibly cold.
Yeah.
It was kind of a shock to the system.
So
I imagine definitely hope left you.
the ship, our ship, is still like
Kind of at a 45-degree angle, the deck, yeah.
What would Burbage do? Would he try to climb our ship or the enemy ship?
Or Adele.
Or Adel?
We're at-
So, but Adel looks like he's doing fine. He's swimming.
yeah, great. He's doing great.
Yeah, Burbage is going to try to climb back up onto the ship, I guess.
Yeah.
If there's any, since it's at that angle, I don't know if there's any kind of woody protrusions that are like tilted down
Certainly.
toward.
Give me an athletics check. Yeah, you can find some purchase for your wet, tiny hand.
And
Really leaning
I
in
don't
here,
know
aren't we?
if. I guess second story work doesn't technically give me any kind of advantage. So I'll just do athletics. You said.
Yeah. A 19, that's great. You are able to climb back up, and just with 20 feet of movement, you'd be able to get back on deck.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right.
And I'll shout back down to Adel. Do you get it? Do you know that phrasing? Shooting ropes.
We're behind you in here.
I get it, sir. I
Please,
get it.
please stop.
All right, cool. Are you okay? Get up here. That's my turn.
Okay. Stormbringer. Your feet are stuck to the enemy ship.
Yeah, but I'm on the enemy ship.
Hell
But
yeah,
I'm
you
on
are.
a boat.
So first thing I'm gonna do is shout, "Sticky! Don't touch the ship!" So hopefully people won't touch the ship.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, this is incredible.
I really
And-
didn't know it'd be this dirty.
So, also,
Plenty
Burbage,
of
at
time.
hearing that, you're going to hear from behind you, Burbage, what did you do?
Jesus Christ. Okay, and anyway, I'm gonna swing at the ship next.
Yeah, just at your feet. Just
Yeah, just like fucking all around me.
Well, I
Got
mean,
it.
you're using an axe. You're basically making a...
I rolled another crit! Critical hit,
God.
obviously. from the excitement.
insane.
And I sundered its non-existent shield again.
It probably has some. Does it have some plating that gets sundered on the ship?
Can I sunder the stickiness?
That's a different kind of thing. There's something specifically that affects AC, but the shield sunder does not. Alas,
It's still a shit ton of damage.
it is still a ton of damage.
So I got 8 plus 5 plus 3 damage. Oh, 16. 16 damage.
All right, very nice. Yeah, you chopping into this. You're starting to kind of see like a spray of acid just every once in a while. But of course, you're able to dodge it, and it's not affecting your weapon at all.
And second attack.
All right.
26?
Yep.
13 points of damage.
13 points of damage also seems.
Awesome. I'm actually penetrating with my damage now.
Mhm.
Is there... I guess if it, like, crit failed its dex saving throw against my lightning, maybe the damage would happen then. So I guess make a DC 17 dex save. Have I gone death?
No,
Death?
somehow the boat dodged your thing with a 19.
Jesus.
Okay, well, 2 points of damage, lightning damage. Not that it goes through.
No. All right. Charity.
I thought I was very clear about not messing with my family. But apparently not. So its ropes are sort of pulling us over.
Yes.
Where do I see sort of the biggest concentration of them?
Probably on this kind of main mast.
And where do I see that in terms of on the enemy ship, where the ropes are leading back to?
Yeah, that's a little bit further. They're kind of spread out on the enemy ship.
Okay,
That
well,
would be toward the back-ish end of it.
sure. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and measure for you. A 20-foot sphere involves most of the ship.
And yours a bit. From
Yeah,
there,
well, I'm not going to go from there, but I just meant
and
that
Burbage, I think, from there.
a 20-foot sphere, I can, without touching our ship, get most
lot
of
of
that side. Okay, so, it was fun the first time. Let's do it again.
All right.
Gonna cast a fireball.
All right.
DC 18 saving throw.
He rolled a 10.
Okay, I'm spending a sorcery point, re-rolling 2 2s and a 3.
Okay.
Okay, so plus 2 damage to that. 29 fire.
All right. Excellent.
Did that seem to make any of the ropes release?
It did, yeah, several of them. The ship kind of goes at now just kind of it sort of rocks back a bit to more of like a 15-degree angle.
And so I sort of hit this the back midship to stern. If I move the spiritual weapon a little more up towards the bow of the enemy ship, can I get a hit at where some of those ropes up front are?
You can target like one rope at a time with a single attack like that.
Okay.
But you could certainly, yeah. There are more up here.
Do I feel like the damage to the ropes hurts the ship as a whole?
Not really, no.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and swing at one though with
Okay.
that. Nat 20.
Oh, I'll let you, yeah, cut off 2 of them then easily. With that. Cool. So you see about maybe 10 more kind of on this, still attached to this front part up here.
Do you want me to roll a crit effect?
You can. No, totally, yeah, to see damage, but since you're just attacking the ropes, it'll just
The spiritual weapon is
yeah.
like whistling
boisterous.
through the air.
draws attention. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll attack.
And it was... Oh, I completely misrolled that damage, and it doesn't really matter, because I was just attacking ropes. So... yeah, okay, cool.
All right. Would you like to move?
Feel very lonely on deck here.
There's a couple halflings and the captain back here is hanging on to the steering.
I'm probably going to just stay where I am.
All right.
Pretty well positioned to be able to affect the battlefield.
Sounds good. Hakari,
Okay, so I'm in the ocean, right?
you're able to swim, and there's a couple halflings next to you here.
And you had screamed at you, Sticky, don't touch the boat.
Yeah. You just barely heard that over the
And you would
sloshing
have
of the water.
heard Burbage's
Can
shooting ropes joke too.
Yeah, definitely you would have heard that.
Oh, good. That's
Nice.
that's the critical strategic content.
That was what I was waiting to know if I heard that. So can I swim? Are the halflings doing okay?
They're doing okay. Yeah, they're swimming.
Okay. Can I swim like to the boat and try to climb up it somehow? Like on a
Yeah, yeah,
ladder?
definitely. Yeah, give me an athletics check to see if you can
Okay.
find a way to lift yourself out of the water.
I think she can.
Oh, a crit hit on that. Yeah, it's not even gonna slow your movement. About 15 to 20 feet, you can get back up on the deck here.
And really quick, what kind of damage does Charity's spiritual weapon do again? Is it like a regular
Force.
weapon,
Yeah,
or is it
right.
radiant?
Force.
It looks like it kind of
it's
like
force.
there's it kind of
Okay.
I don't know. It's hard to say what it looks
I
like.
didn't know
I
if it was
guess.
radiant. Okay.
It looks like when it hits whenever it hits its target, as much as it looks like a glaive, it looks like the glaive that Stormbringer carries on her back for sometimes. It doesn't look so much like it's cutting something. It looks like it almost just explodes the thing backwards somewhat.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. But that was just movement. If you want to do something else,
So I'm on the deck, or I'm climbing up?
you're on the deck at this point. With
Okay.
15 feet more of movement if you need.
So if I do that, I can do that and still do an action though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move forward to the nearest like tentacle, or like I said, whatever they're called.
Yeah, kind of appendage thing. Yeah, there's still like one or two back here by you
Okay.
that are hooked to the side of the boat.
And I'm going to try to like slice it, like cut it in half or whatever.
Yeah, slice it.
with
Yeah,
my
give me an
sword.
attack roll. Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
All good. Yeah, definitely hits. Give me some damage.
My computer's
Damage?
frozen. Hold on. My
Oh,
computer's
it's okay. I can hit the damage for you here if you want.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't know what's going on.
Nice.
11. Yeah, that's it's a little harder than chopping through regular rope, but you do, and just a little bit of its acid sort of squirts out where you cut it, and then the rope retreats. And there's really only one more kind of back here that's still hooked.
Cool.
All right. Stormbringer. The
Yep.
deck of the ship that you're on, in front of you, just sort of opens up into just massive maw of teeth. And the floorboards that you're standing on and are stuck to right now just bend toward that, lifting you through the air, and in range of a nasty bite from this thing.
Huh.
Give me that D6 roll.
Really fucked that thing up in the head.
Yeah, you did. Does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
Is it more than 5? No, probably not.
No.
Okay. Good. So while it looks like it's trying to consume you whole, you're able to just kind of pry with your shield and keep out of its actual insides. Though it does do 16 piercing and 12 acid damage to you. So that's going to be 20 damage to you total.
Yeah.
Give me another D6 roll there. As its large tongue-like appendage is gonna
5.
Try to hit you, Charity, but it then with that 5 it rolled a 7. And then one of the ropes tries to snag Hikari back here.
Sorry, I've been a little slow on these dice. 6!
No,
Good
no.
God, that is a lot of utility.
That is amazing. It rolled a 13, so yeah, 7 is not gonna be able to hit Hikari. This just kind of dazed and dumb thing. You hear this kind of low, moanful like as it's so stupid it can't quite.
You still deserve this.
All right, and then yeah, that's it. Burbage.
How's Adel doing?
He's good. Yeah, he's climbing up then the side next to you. as one of the other gets up back here. So there's only one more halfling still in the water, and it's still only about a 10 degree slant, so it's not too dangerous, right?
Okay. Burbage is gonna try to attack this mimic ship with, let's just say both crossbows. Why not?
Please.
Here we go, and I am trying to use walloping bolts for
Quick question. Given that Stormbringer is in the boat's squares, does he get sneak attack?
Yes, we will say yes. It is concerned with the thing on its back at this point.
25.
25 and a 17, both hit.
Yeah, both hit. Yeah,
All right, but sneak attack only applies to one of them, right?
correct. Is that the one you're using sneak attack with? Okay. Wow.
23.
All right. Very nice.
And then another 6 piercing with the offhand.
Okay. Beautiful.
And neither of them wallop, it seems.
Okay. So the 6 doesn't quite pierce through its hide, but that first one definitely did.
So even with max damage with my crossbow, I can't hit it.
Well, with your offhand.
With your offhand max damage, it didn't quite hurt it, no.
But even with, because even like with a 6.
Your offhand doesn't get your dex mod.
Oh,
Right. That's why.
I see. Okay, gotcha.
Well, and it's got a threshold that you need to hit that Stormbringer's found out is somewhere between 8 and 11. All right. Do you gonna move, Burbage?
I will try to move toward the middle of the boat.
Okay. Do that. And Stormbringer, your turn.
So, I'm not in its mouth right now, right?
No. Nope. You were just sort of stuck to the top of it on next to that opening.
If I didn't want to be stuck anymore because I don't really like it trying to eat me, what do I think that would take?
So you would have to break free of it somehow. So probably metagame, it would be a strength check, or an athletic. It's just strength check on that, and that would be an action. And you feel you could move a little bit with that.
But it takes a whole action.
Yes.
Fuck it. Attack it with my battle axe.
All right. You get inspiration for that.
I already have inspiration, so someone who doesn't have it,
Someone who can see you, that sees you not trying to break free, but just trying to attack it. Yeah. So Charity or Burbage. I think.
I saw it.
Okay.
I saw the thing. I
have some
saw it.
inspiration. Does a 26 hit?
It does.
Just to be clear, to the extent that the characters know that they have inspiration, Burbage thinks he's getting it for the shooting ropes joke.
Okay.
Oh god.
15.
15 points of damage.
15 definitely hits it. Another sort of spurt of acid flies next to you. You feel the boat kind of start to sink a bit. It seems like it's riding lower in the water at this point, as it definitely reacted in to your axe buried in its back.
Yeah, fucking die!
Whoa,
And
whoa,
second
there's more
attack.
attacks.
Oh, there's certainly more there.
Whoa, Andy. Whoa.
22?
Yeah, hits.
16 points of damage.
16 more points. Excellent.
And make
Yeah.
a DC 17 dex save.
All right. Boo, boo, chaka, boo, chaka. 8. I'm gonna make an intelligence check too from last time. A 15? No.
So it takes
Still done.
2 points of lightning damage, but
Yep.
not really.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
All right, Charity.
So, from what Charity could see, like, as much as this thing has sort of sprouted limbs and parts and stuff, it looked
Yeah.
like it moved Stormbringer to an existing mouth
Kind of
location.
opening. Yeah.
And that seems like that's one of the, I am deeply sorry, Monty, fleshy parts of the boat, right? And, like, is sort of an identifiable mouth-like object.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to target that specifically to try to help Stormbringer with Guiding Bolt, which I'm going to cast
okay.
at level 2.
Yeah. It's definitely something you can kind of target. Yeah.
Yeah, 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Uh, 24 radiant.
All right. Yeah, it sort of puckers then up its mouth right there until it's kind of just like a small sort of wrinkly opening. As you hit that with a glowing, silvery fire. It is now glowing as it's puckered in front of you, Stormbringer.
Jesus. I'm gonna.
Sorry,
I'm gonna.
I didn't plan for this. I swear. Jesus.
I'm gonna move. The spiritual weapon is going to attack that same portion of
Can I
the
move
ship.
over here? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trying to help Stormbringer out.
right.
So it'll have advantage. Sorry, Monty.
Yeah.
I understand, buddy. I understand. We're all dying on the inside. That'll be a critical hit. That'll be a critical hit, though.
That will be a critical hit, yes. As you plunge the sword into the puckered maw of this gigantic... Holy shit.
Does that help her extricate herself?
Yeah, it's going to lose one of its attacks until it fixes that, if it can. And yeah, Stormbringer, you think it might be a little easier to release yourself of this thing. How much damage did you do?
17 plus 12, 29 force.
Oh man! As you sort of plunge that into that maw area, the thing starts. And Stormbringer, it seems to actually now be tipping over, kind of to the right side, away from the boat a little bit, with you stuck on it.
Awesome.
As that happens, I'm actually going to begin walking forward a little bit.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
as I've been speaking to it the entire time, I am Valoran, Charity of the Family, and I told you not to fuck with my family.
All right. And Hikari.
Okay. I am going to cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
And do I roll that just once or 3 times?
3 times. Because it should do like 1 attack each time, I think. Yeah. 20 will hit. A 20 will hit.
Consistency. Do it, do it, do it. Oh, so close!
And a 17 will hit. Yeah.
I just wanted it to be
so
20, 20,
roll
20.
damage. Roll damage for each of those.
Okie doke.
You can just click the names. Nice, nice.
Okay. 9, a 5, and
It's a math problem.
9 plus 5 plus 4, 18. Hikari, please describe to me how you kill this thing.
Fuck yeah.
So I just start hurling these small balls of fire at it, like one after another, and, like with both hands, and
All right.
and it's red and orange and just kind of like the color of my hair, and I don't know where does it hit it.
Yeah, you sort of slam into the kind of the back mouth part of this thing, and Stormbringer, you see it shoot out the other side of it, skipping across the water just about, and at that you hear this thing kind of almost go limp underneath you, Stormbringer, and it just rolls to the side and begins to sink.
Oh no.
All right, so this will technically take us out of combat, though let's stick in turn order for just a little bit more. Stormbringer, I need you, as you're stuck to the side of this thing, it's starting to slip under the water, and just now the waves start kind of crashing in, hitting you. It's a very cold, salty water, and I need you to make a strength check with disadvantage, please.
So I'm still raging, so it's actually just normal.
So it'll be normal, yeah.
I hate this disadvantage I'm at.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my inspiration to reroll that.
Okay. Fairly wise.
22.
22. As this terrifying thing sinks below the waves, Stormbringer,
Jesus.
everyone sees you go underneath the waves then as well. This is scarier with just the map. Hold on, I gotta delete all these things from the map.
I was like, it's worse now, Andy. You made it worse. If you'd taken those parts away and just left a ship, it would have been better.
Okay, that's fair. Thank you. Everyone sees you dip under the water with this thing, and you're pulling your legs, trying to free yourself, because of this kind of limp nature of this thing, and especially what Charity did with this area. You're able to break free 1 foot at a time, and swim to the surface, breaking it, and the boat itself rocks back as all of the ropes disengage, basically.
And as I surface, I shout, "Fuck yeah, we killed it!" And I pump my fist in the air. I seem pretty invigorated from this fight.
We did
As
kill
you
it.
should.
Burbage is gonna run over to the side of the ship and shout out to Stormbringer. Hey, Stormbringer!
Hey, what?
Did you hear my joke earlier?
No, I was fighting a ship.
Oh, all right. Yeah, it was shortly after Adol got hit by one of the ropes. I said,
Hi, Stormbringer. I'm Adel.
yeah, this
Hi.
is Adol. I said to him, I've heard of shooting ropes, but this is ridiculous.
I don't
So
get it.
Stormbringer is still in the water, right? And
Yes.
Burbage
Yeah,
is doing
she's
and
still-
Burbage is doing this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I need
next
Burbage
to
to make
your
a strength
sword.
check.
Sorry?
Ah,
What?
I need to make a strength.
Check,
Save-
not
save.
save. You need to
No,
make
no,
a
it's a
check.
Oh man. What the fuck? Oh no.
14. I didn't have advantage. Sorry, I hadn't clicked that over.
That's all right.
So I'd like to think of this as Burbage is going into explaining this joke for the 4th time in Charity's earshot, he's just hovering slightly off the deck. and then it's just going to sort of be moved back and like, actually no, dropped down underneath the hold, like down the cargo hold. And then, and I just sort of picture the shooting row. And then a second later,
Burbage.
you're going to levitate out of the water.
Sweet.
Stormbringer will, yeah.
And then
Onto the
I'll
boat, I
bring her onto the boat.
Hikari, actually, something about this feels really weird to you. That the idea that Charity's first action would be to kind of scare Burbage and not pull Stormbringer out of the water actually gives you
Okay.
a bit of pause for the second.
Okay.
And you are feeling, by the way, much more sober after a good fight.
I would hope so.
Indeed. And Burbage, yeah, you kind of step up back out of the hole there. The captain says, "Oh, you did it! Oh, I can't believe you did it! You did it! Oh, that was amazing!
We killed a boat.
That fucker just came out of nowhere. Did you see it?
Yeah,
Oh, god damn it!
it was a fucking boat, and we killed it.
Adel kind of rushes to you. Then Burbage, are you all right? I saw you kind of floating there a minute.
Yeah, I think probably that mimic ship's last act of desperation was to use its telepathic abilities.
Yeah?
Not telepathic, telekinetic.
Oh.
No, let's stick with it. Its telepathic abilities
Well.
to sort of control my friend Charity's mind into using his telekinetic abilities to make me float. That's the only way I can understand it, personally.
I don't understand that at all. So let me get you a drink.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's go down below decks.
Yeah. So yeah. Everyone takes a moment to breathe again. That was a nasty thing that kind of snuck up on you. And you realize just sort of how out of it you've been the last few days. And even though this is a moment of celebration, it does give you pause. But what would you all like to do now?
So Charity, before the boat attacked, remember, I don't know if you remember, because this was really like, like I think like a whole like 30 seconds ago or something, but remember
D&D
how
time.
the deck was on fire because fire burst out from you and you were then really upset and then you passed out. It was because Hikari was trying to get you memories back, but fire didn't happen when Hikari got memories back for Burbage. So what the fuck is going on?
That was a accurate summary of events that occurred 30 seconds
And you
ago.
were really, really upset, but you weren't really making sense, and then you just went plop into the deck.
Not untrue.
God damn it, that's another Stormbringer t-shirt. And then you just went plop on the deck. Charity's something. Nothing that you say is incorrect. I remember lots of things now. Not everything. With Burbage, it was different. He'd locked away specific memories when he went under the falls. Imagine a crate, and everything inside it is your memories. It was like he'd wrapped up and locked away specific objects inside it, and Hikari undid that. Whatever happened to me, whatever Behelit did, it was like making a whole nother crate. She took the tops off of them. I can see both of them. I understand lots of it, but Burbage forgot one night. I was made to forget 30 years. It will take some time, I think.
I haven't even been alive 30 years.
That's
What?
Charity sort of winces, but actually also looks really relieved that that was Stormbringer's takeaway. You're going to see him sort of pat Stormbringer's shoulder. Thank you, Stormbringer.
For killing the boat? That was Hikari, although I did a lot of it. But you're welcome.
For being you. For
Oh,
being family.
yeah, man, of course. We're family. I'm here for you with whatever you need.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Did you also happen to get the memories back that we were trying to get back about whatever the fuck has been going on?
Andy?
No, I'm afraid not.
Not
so
so
cruel.
much.
Oh, that's a huge fucking bummer. This sounds like it didn't have a whole lot of upside then. I'm sorry, man.
I know who I was now.
Is that good though? You seem really upset about it mostly.
It was a lot to take in at once, but I don't know, maybe it was the 24 seconds we spent fighting that giant monster boat, but that made me realize that what I'd said to Burbage so long ago was true all along. I know my sins now. At least most of them. And there's a lot of them. And they're not great. But at least I can start trying to make up for them.
Can I hear this? Because I'm like standing kind of right next to
Yeah.
them.
Oh yeah, I'm not being quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just walk up to Charity and I put my hand on his shoulder and I'm like, I just pat your shoulder kind of awkwardly. And I'm like, it's okay. It wasn't your fault. And I just walk away. Because I don't like emotion.
Yeah, she's
That are
right.
anger and rage.
We've all done things where bad things, and it's okay. Because what matters now is what you do now.
Yes, I think some of the things that I've done are going to require some action in the future to try to undo some of. But I will try to remember that. And as Hikari has sort of awkwardly patted me, said this, and I assume walked sort of stiffly away.
Yeah.
Behind her, if she's casting any glance backwards, she's going to see Charity bow. Thank you, Hikari. I appreciate it.
And I just put a hand up in the air and go, "Yas, queen!" and then just keep walking.
Jesus Christ.
You're next to
Incapable of emotion.
next to you, Stormbringer. Charity's gonna blink. I feel like we had a moment there, but now I'm not sure.
Oh, you definitely had a moment. I just don't know what kind of moment that was.
Fair.
You hear music sort of erupting from the kind of cargo hold below, as Burbage somehow has already gathered a band around him to kind of sing the conquest of the mimic boat. people are breaking out drinks, breaking out food. You've already had dinner this evening, you think, because you're fairly full. You don't remember it, but you know, the captain has brought out some fine cheeses from his hold, and people are snacking basically and dancing and drinking.
Now that, given that I was conscious for like a grand, like if we take the memory dive as unconsciousness and then me fainting and then combat, I think
Yeah.
I've been conscious for a grand total of a minute and a half since I got my memories back. And given the particular context, as people are sort of sitting around, Charity's going to sort of undo his robes like above the waist and check, do I see any evidence, because the hellfire had spilled out, that I still had those burning lines? Like, did any of
Yeah,
them seem
kind
like
of-
they reopened a little bit?
Where are you doing this? Just kind of on the deck as you're moving downstairs, or?
Yeah, probably. Or maybe when we're already downstairs, like just as I was sort of thinking of it as like Charity is going to sort of thought about it as he has had a little bit more time to process and is sitting, snacking.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of, make it so you can kind of remove your shirt just a bit, and you're looking around. You don't see or feel any difference on your skin.
This might also be the first time that Burbage will have seen the tattoo on Charity's back.
What Oh, which tattoo is that? Is it the family?
The family's sigil tattooed over, basically, is a giant back panel.
We're all like just sitting around. How's it going with Adel, Andy?
He's kind of bought you, in quote unquote. He's gotten you a couple pints of beer, and he's sitting next to you drinking them. As a few of the halflings are kind of retelling the story of this battle. Hikari, you've probably come down at this point and sat near Burbage as well, and are watching these halflings.
Yes. Well, I was going to ask: is Hikari partaking in the festivities, or where is she, Darcy?
Is anyone dancing?
Yeah, there's some halflings.
Okay.
The two dwarven brothers are dancing, and they're like giving you eyes, Hikari, though you don't really remember why.
What
They're just dropping jars of eyes in front of you.
They're giving you
like
their eyebrows are they're incredibly bushy eyebrows. They're going up and down. One of them has an eye patch on, but you
Oh, no.
swear he
They like to call them their
through the eye
brow
patch?
beards.
did something happen while my memories were
Oh, you don't know?
okay? I don't know.
Although in the recap, you did share a few drinks with them.
Yes. Okay, I'll go over and dance with them.
All right. Yeah, they're really excited about that.
So Burbage, while being plied by Adel,
While getting addled by Adam.
addled by Adel. He'll see Charity's tattoo from across the room, and then he'll look over to Hikari dancing with the dwarves, and he will kind of with a sudden jolt of movement kind of hoist himself off of the bench where he's sitting, and saunter over to Hikari and gesture to the dwarves to dance off. This is now Burbage's dance.
All right.
And the robe cuts in.
You oddly both start syncing up your dance. Your arms are starting to kind of move in unison, and your legs, though seemingly akimbo, are fairly timed with the music. Hikari and Burbage, did you guys plan a dance at some point?
Apparently.
I guess you did, because you lock in sync with this dance and you start clapping like with the rhythm, and it's weird. Yeah, you choreographed a dance together.
Can we say that that whatever this dance is that we choreographed, it ends with this big finish of Hikari like tossing Burbage up a little bit, whatever
Directly at the globe of
Yeah.
light.
and catching me, I guess in some kind of cheerleader pose. Like,
Yeah, she grabs your ankles and starts to spin around with you as you just go wee. And then she flips you up, and this is the hard part. So Hikari, please make an acrobatics check.
Okay. Sorry, my computer's sticking again.
Also, Stormbringer, you probably would have... You almost certainly... Like, Charity might have asked you for help with checking to see if his skin looked like it was on fire. That's not great.
Oh God! Oh no!
So the part where you spin around Hikari, sit on a chair, and then catch Burbage, there's not a chair there. You just
What
sit
kind of
and fall.
cheerleader trick is that?
You just
That sounds more like a ventriloquist trick.
you just flop on the ground, and Burbage kind of falls on your lap, and everything. And at this, everyone erupts in laughter and cheers and that sort of thing.
yeah, Burbage will be laughing along with everybody for a moment. Hikari, are you laughing?
Yes.
Yeah, as the laughter kind of dies down, Burbage will kind of roll like off of you and like lie next to you, but propped up on his arms. But he'll kind of lean in towards you, and he'll say, "Did you tell me everything you remembered from that modify memory spell?"
Yes.
Can you make a deception roll, please, with disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
It was a terrible lie.
I didn't know I was gonna have to make a deception check.
Either way.
Solid.
Sorry, that was apparently
it's a
with
14.
advantage.
No, it was disadvantage.
Advantage. Never
And
mind.
Burbage, give me an insight check, if you're trying to kind of gauge.
So yeah, I have a
her
14.
truthfulness. I mean, it feels a little weird, but Burbage, she seems to be telling the truth.
She's also a little drunk, so that could be the weird.
She's a little drunk, yeah.
Yeah.
She also screamed, "Yas, queen," at me. So, who the hell knows?
He'll note this weirdness and then he'll say, "So what exactly happened between you and Charity?"
You're gonna have to talk to Charity about that. And then I get up real and go sit down.
Okay.
Yeah, Burbage will shrug and go back to Adel, I guess.
Adel, yeah. Nice. All right. And Charity and Stormbringer, what are you guys doing this evening?
Charity actually seems more relaxed in certain ways than normal. I'd say he probably hasn't even really like pulled the tops of his like robe back on, considering that it's probably warm, etc. So he's sitting and he's actually just kind of drinking. Like he has a pint of ale and is snacking on some stuff. Would be chatting with Stormbringer or the rest of the crew.
Excellent.
He's probably actually asking her, like, what it was like being stuck to the ship.
Yeah.
And Stormbringer seems a lot more uptight than usual. She seems like the elation from the killing of the giant ship has worn off, and now she seems kind of sad and freaked out again. But she's also taking Hikari's advice to heart, so she's been just slugging like ale pretty quickly to try to get incredibly trashed. So her answers to Charity are, making less and less sense. It was just, really like gooey, like when you stick your hand in goo and then you can't get it out ever, like you're just stuck to that goo for the rest of your life. You know that feeling? It's
Not
like that.
Precisely, though I think I can proceed by metaphor. An analogy.
Yeah, the goo just lives with you forever, kind of like these feelings. And she's gonna take another really big swig of ale.
Charity's gonna kind of, like, put an arm around her shoulders and pat her. I know. I'm not entirely sure that Hikari would be my go-to person for advice on emotional processing.
I mean, maybe I'm just not drinking enough. Maybe I need to drink more.
No,
'Cause, yeah,
I
it
don't
doesn't seem to be working.
Think about what you know about how Hikari processes emotions generally, and just think if that's the person you want to take advice from.
I mean, Charity. You're Charity, not Hikari.
That
Do
is
you
correct.
remember the last time we were all on a ship? I remember it because we got my memories back. So I remember all of it. And you remember Roburn? I remember her because we got my memories back. And I miss her, man. And now things are happening again, but Burbage said she's probably not alive. And she's just going to take another huge drink of ale.
At this, you kind of look over at Hikari, who hiccups, and then all the lights in the room turn blue.
You see Charity sigh, snap his fingers, they change back to normal.
Andy, Burbage is trying to take Adel to his room.
All right, give me
This is it, Andy. This is it.
Give me a persuasion check. Burbage can.
Burbage hasn't gotten laid once this entire campaign.
That was a 1, which you rerolled.
I'm using.
No, you re-rolled it automatically to get to the 6.
Yeah, but is that enough?
I'm using my inspiration.
I mean, he's the hero of Diefield, right? It should be enough.
Adel says, like, I'm on watch later tonight. I don't know if that's a 9 persuasion.
So that's together. That's a 69.
God. He kind of leans in, like, quietly. I don't know. We just met, and I'm on later tonight.
All right,
I had a good time.
I get it.
I had a good time drinking, though.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I really appreciate it. It was great, and yeah, no problem. I was just thinking that I've got a free pass from from somebody. Oh man, I don't think I'm allowed to say who I'm involved with. Do you know who I'm involved with? What do you know? Are you from Diefield? Well, tell me about yourself, Adel.
From this, you're going to hear Charity's voice sort of over the music. You've hit that part where you make it awkward again.
Not charming.
He says, "No, I'm from Cliff Mill. I was there when the ice shot up, and
Oh yeah, no, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that I've got a boyfriend, sort of, who wrote me a letter saying that I could sleep with anybody I want during my adventures until I go back to him.
Not making
that's
it
kinda
less
cool, eh?
awkward.
Charity, it doesn't matter. He already said no, so now our bets are off. Any attractive halflings here? Anybody want to fuck me?
Wow.
You see
Hero of
three
Diefield,
go up.
defender of Diefield. What? Any hands went
see-
up?
You see 4 hands go up then. After you mention you're
The hero of
Die.
Diefield.
All right. Whose hands are they?
Charity is just gonna look at Stormbringer. This is a shit show.
Yep.
So 3 men and a woman. Attal, Silly, and Rose.
Attal?
Did you say
Yeah,
silly?
he's the brother. Yes, Silly spelled with a C.
Oh, okay.
And Attal is the brother of Adel.
Ooh, is Attal attractive?
Not as much as his brother. And
How about
a bit
Silly
younger.
and how about the other 2 men?
Well, there's one more man, Silly, and then there was Rose, who's a fairly rotund halfling woman.
You specified
Okay,
3
what-
men and a woman.
Oh, there was 4, yeah, and then the guy that raised his hand after you said you were a hero of Diefield. That's
Unimportant,
That's Cybele.
no-name person.
That's who? Who's the fourth?
Cybele.
All right,
Cybele looks
between
a
Cybele-
bit older and gruffer, and
And how about Silly?
yeah, Silly's quite young. He's got a soul patch that's really long, with kind of a dark brown hair, and he's got really large ears. You notice.
All right. Burbage will, I think, walk up to Silly and put out his hand for a handshake.
All right, yeah, and he takes your hand and drinks the rest of his beer and slams it down on the thing, and then raises his other hand in triumph, and several other halflings start clapping, and the 2 of you go off to your abode,
Yes.
if you would
finally.
so like. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
I always felt a little awkward that this is a saving throw too. Oh, there's that music. Oh dear.
Perhaps it's the alcohol. It's a little hard to perform under some situations. Give me another one.
Another Constitution saving
Yes.
throw. Eldon isn't popping and bothering us, is he? This is clearly my...
Okay. Yeah, I mean, at this, you do see Eldon in the corner just kind of shaking his head.
So are we saying that this was a non-starter?
No, it's just,
It's
he's
just
having
really
more,
bad sex.
He's having more fun than you are, let's say.
I'd rather narratively have it be a non-starter. Can we do that?
Okay. Yeah. You can stop him at any point, yeah. He agrees to your consent.
Well, absolutely. I don't want Burbage's first sex in the campaign to be bad sex.
I don't know, man. This entire botch charisma reroll still low, below the inspiration, still too low.
I don't know if it's meant to be, man.
Bad con save really feels like it's on brand.
I want to say that they were about to get it on, and then Eldon showed up,
Yeah.
and Burbage freaked out.
Yeah, you just
was like-
you sit up on the edge of the bed.
I know.
just kinda breathing
Yeah. I
heavily.
sit up. I sit up, and
Yeah.
I'm like, get out of here! I don't want you here.
Silly grabs his pants, and anyone who's still kind of in the main area here, listening to some music, sees Silly kind of quickly leave Burbage's area and go down to the next level down.
Charity
Um,
is still
A
sitting.
little sad.
Charity is
perhaps.
still sitting there drinking and is actually much more relaxed than people have probably ever seen him. He's sort of sprawled out over a chair, chatting with some of the crew. Looks up. Wow, he even made that awkward.
Charity.
I didn't mean you.
Aw.
And Burbage is he's gonna roll over and be silent and still for a moment, and then he's gonna just kind of casually grab the Brief History of Federo, Volume 2, and start paging through it.
Okay.
Charity.
This was the tome that you took from Avery's.
Yes, Stormbringer?
You remember that time I had sex with Roburn? And it was really good sex, remember? And
No, I
And then she
assure
died
you I
that
don't
night.
remember that.
she died. She died because I was helping you people stay alive. And you're my family, but she died after the really good sex that we had. And I don't like this boat anymore. Stormbringer's kind of falling apart. She's way too drunk
I
to
was going to
cuss.
say, Charity at this is going to go, I don't want to agree to the things that you said because they're all profoundly disturbing to me. But
Do you remember?
that's... I remember you describing it while crying for the 5 minutes you remembered who she was. But I think that maybe we should take a little walk.
Will that help it not be sad anymore?
Maybe it's worth a try.
Okay.
And Charity is, while sagging slightly, trying to like support you, and is gonna take you sort of to your cabin, and sort of like be like, "Oh, look, it's your pile of furs."
Yeah.
She uses as a bed.
Yeah, it's like, maybe if you laid down, you wouldn't be as sad because standing up is making you sad.
Oh. Okay. And Stormbringer will flop down on the furs.
As you flop down on the furs, Charity's gonna sort of very carefully pull a couple over you, like douse any lamps. Be like, I hope you feel better. If you need me, just knock on the wall, preferably not hard enough to break the wall.
Okay. And Stormbringer's starting to drift off to sleep.
There you go. Charity will pat Stormbringer's head as she falls asleep, and then go back out on deck.
Right. Charity, you see the rain has ceased. It's just kind of a little bit of a drizzle, really. And the music from downstairs kind of stops eventually. And as you're on deck here, the clouds have opened up, and it's a really, really brilliant, clear sky. The moon is actually quite bright, and you look out over the ocean, and it seems so foreign that anything horrible could come from this beautiful scene. But then you also look around at the boat and see some of the damage still on it, and you do understand that even things really beautiful and serene can be a bit dangerous.
As I'm sort of picturing myself walking around the deck, and maybe up into the forecastle and the stern castle and stuff at times. But any place that I see some damage, I'm gonna cast mending.
Sure.
Sort of as I'm going by, which, you know, may not be able to fix all of it, but at least make the edges
Right.
not as ragged, patch some of it. And just sort of walk and look. Is someone still steering? Like up by at the wheel, I'm assuming?
Yeah, the first mate then is steering, and he says, "Oh, Charity, I'm glad you're here. Captain says it's going to be then about 2 days now that we've cut back in toward Cliffmill. Sorry it's taken so long, I guess, but, you know, better safe than sorry. And
Yes.
well, I guess if monstrous, horrible boat things attacking us is safe. I don't want to know what dangerous is.
You really, really don't. No, no worries. You all have done a fine job. Pauses. I think. A little hazy on the details.
Oh, you too. Yeah, we've been feeling that as well. Feeling kind of weird and like we're skipping forward.
Have you ever experienced such a thing before?
No. Don't know at all what it is. But don't worry. Have a good night. I've got it.
Thank you. Raise an alarm if, giant sea monsters posing as boats appear.
Aye.
Can I hop in here?
Please.
Burbage has been leafing through the Brief History of Federo, Volume 2. He's spotted some interesting things, some notable things, but he's feeling really increasingly troubled tonight because of his failures on the romance front, and because Eldon showed up again, and because of that, just that weird moment with Hikari and seeing the tattoo on Charity's back. Something's increasingly just kind of gnawing at him, and especially now, there's a particular section of A Brief History of Federo that is getting him really off kilter. And it's in the first chapter, the fall of Isaac Devere, and he's reading about the death of Devere, and it says Devere was murdered within the temple walls by an assassin, or so it was said. There was no body, only a burnt space where his bed used to be. The fire, while hot enough to destroy him, did not burn the rest of the room. It is said he enjoyed his drink, perhaps being connected to flammable liquids was his undoing. Because of this, there is little evidence to suggest anything other than spontaneous combustion. However, I cannot help but wonder if there is an essence of foul play in this game of power. And Burbage is just trapped in this loop of reading and rereading the section. And it's this interesting sensation because he remembers now, in the days after the Emerald Falls, he remembers his weird feelings around flames and around fire. Rooted in the fact that he didn't remember what happened between him and Eldon, but he's getting the same feeling now, the same tugging, gnawing discomfort, and he doesn't know why, because he remembers it all now, and it wasn't his fault. He's cleared of it. There's no reason for him to feel weirdly about it. He didn't know what the ring was going to do. It's not his fault. And so it's really bugging him that he still feels this way. And so in light of this, he's going to very frustratedly close the book, and he's marching to find this is a great time for Darcy to say BRB.
Oh no.
In Discord. Because Burbage is marching to find Hikari wherever she is.
All right.
Because he just cannot.
Yeah,
Because part of this again is was it after I think it was after the trial. I performed it kind of flippantly at the time, but I had Burbage say to Hikari, one interesting thing, why did I try to forget that if, it's clear that it wasn't my fault? Why was I so bothered by it that I needed to forget it? As context, that is basically the gnawing question that is in Burbage's head right now, and he is going to get an answer to it one way or another.
Yeah, you walk up to her door, sort of knock on it. Um, you hear a voice behind you, Burbage, then say, "Oh, I think she's asleep for the night."
I'm gonna turn around. Whose voice is this?
Excellent. So you step up to the breakfast bar in the morning,
God damn it!
and you're just kind of a little hazy, Burbage, and you're standing in front of it, and Charity and Stormbringer are down there then as well, and they ask if uh, or a couple of the halflings then ask you like, everyone sleep okay? We got quite a spread here. Bacon for Charity and Burbage, I know, and some floppy bacon for Stormbringer.
Yeah, floppy bacon's the best.
Then you also see Hikari kind of emerge out of her room and kind of come down the hall. Then Burbage, you're feeling weird. You're feeling out of it, like I mean, maybe like you smoked some bad weed or something, and you're kind of, your eyes kind of focus then on Hikari. And you for a second now remember what you were doing. You were just a second ago trying to knock on her door and ask her something.
Guys,
Yeah.
guys, it happened again. It happened again. What
Oh,
happened for you guys? Or is it not? Are we not synced up? Does it happen at different times for all of us?
I mean, I think I just slept.
Do I have?
Do I remember like getting up and getting to breakfast and everything?
Yeah, yeah. You all remember getting up.
I don't remember anything, but I don't know if I would know, you know.
Yeah, the only blacking out you feel like you might have done was just from drinking.
And I have
but
my memories because I probably walked around the deck for a while longer and actually
Yeah,
probably went back into Stormbringer's room a couple times to like check on her.
Sure. Yeah.
So it doesn't affect all of us at the same time.
What were you doing when it happened to you?
Burbage is gonna like look back as his gaze is gonna fall back on Hikari, and he'll stand up and stay at the table, kind of, but he'll say to Hikari, "Did we talk last night?"
Did we? DM?
You don't recall anything. You were sleeping pretty hard.
Okay.
You remember some dwarf boys trying to knock on the door at one point, but you sent them away.
Okay.
Or did
So,
you? I guess I don't want to presume.
Let's say I didn't.
Yeah. So then behind Hikari, a couple dwarves are coming out of her room, in various stages of dress. One of them's putting the eye patch on and then says, "Oh, this is mine," and gives it to his brother.
How do you get confused?
Do I remember reading last night?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I remember everything up to me marching to her door.
Yeah. You probably fell asleep or something right outside her door. Or
He doesn't
That was weird.
remember the voice.
No, you do
Andy,
remember,
and
yeah.
this has happened.
You do remember kind of a voice then say something. Like she was Hikari was
Yeah.
going to bed for the night. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just Andy, this has happened
Yeah.
enough for these characters that this whole "oh, you must have fallen asleep" thing. I don't think any of us are thinking that anymore.
Yeah, no.
So
Okay,
easy.
okay, fair enough.
All right. Burbage is gonna try to remember what that voice sounded like.
Okay.
Or remember if he saw the person who had who was
Yeah.
behind him.
You don't at all remember the person. The voice sounded beautiful. It sounded female. A little lower than something like Hikari, not as low as Stormbringer. Had kind of a slight musical tone to it. Yeah. It was a nice voice.
Does it seem like a voice that Burbage has heard before?
Give me an intelligence check. There's a 1 and a re-rolled into a 9. No, Burbage, you can't really recall. It doesn't sound like a halfling person. It doesn't sound like a dwarven woman. But other than that, you've just been around those recently, you think. So you don't exactly know who it is.
I'm gonna like try to haltingly share these details with Charity
Okay.
and Stormbringer as I kind of think through these. So the sound of the voice, that it sounded kind of musical, not quite like a halfling, not quite like a dwarf. Is that what you said?
Right. Yeah.
And
Did
he
did it sound like Roburn?
It did not. No.
No, I don't think so, Stormbringer. I'm sorry.
And you specified that it
Oh.
sounded like melodious, like musical.
A bit. Yeah.
Do I? Okay, so going off of this again, the roll that I made a very long time ago about the effect from Roburn, and
Yeah.
when the last time we had these memory effects, and the thought that okay, this might be something religious in nature, or essentially a being that's erasing itself from our memories if you see it. And then what Burbage is describing now, can I think of what might do that? And I
Like
don't
a
know what check
creature
you
that
want.
might do that.
Um,
Because that you would probably just guess is whatever the same thing is Roburn was. Though you're not sure exactly what she like. Stormbringer's the best person to remember what Roburn was like, since she's the only person that honestly maybe Roburn has ever had in her life that actually remembers her true form.
Burbage is angry. He tosses his floppy bacon onto the floor along with the plate. And then this small kind of explosion, he's going to turn and point at Hikari. You! You are keeping stuff from us, aren't you? You are not telling us everything. Tell us what you know.
What?
Oh, mismodify memory. Oh, you can use it here and there, but not when we're all being affected. And oh, and I know you're keeping something from me. I know you are. Tell me what you know.
I know nothing. Like, seriously. Like, about the time stuff? I know nothing.
This isn't about that, Akari. This is about me and my memories. What are you keeping from me? Why do I feel so uneasy still? About Eldon. Why is he still haunting me? He shouldn't be haunting me anymore. Guys, if Eldon learned that I hadn't been the one responsible for his death, right, if he was really a ghost of Eldon, then he shouldn't still be haunting me. There's something isn't adding up. Either he isn't Eldon, or there's something about that night that I'm not remembering. Hikari, tell me what you know.
The only thing I know, I don't think you want to know.
I'll be the judge of that, Hikari. And I'm walking up to her, a lot like on the table, so that I'm like higher up,
Almost
eye
eye
level with her. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you, but you probably aren't gonna like it.
Just tell me.
The night that you took the ring off Eldon, when he burst into flames. Sorry, metagame. What did he do?
Yeah, he burst into
Yeah.
flames before Burbage's eyes
When he
as
caught on
Burbage
fire,
took off the ring.
you enjoyed it. You enjoyed watching him burn because you were angry at him, and that's all I know.
Burbage's eyes will narrow I'll squint at you for a moment.
And Burbage, as she says this, you feel almost like her words are somewhat magically laced, and in your mind they kind of unlock that piece of it. And you recall yourself now standing in front of that bed, removing the ring, watching him burn up, and a smile across your face. You're almost having to hold back laughter. And that's a horrifying memory.
I enjoyed it. And Burbage will look around at Charity and Stormbringer and then back at Hikari. Huh! Well, that's stupid. And he'll sit back down and help himself to another plate of bacon.
Okay.
Charity's gonna pass a plate of bacon over to Hikari.
Okay. And I'll sit down and eat some bacon.
All right.
Charity is now going to talk to Stormbringer, and I guess now what I'd be going for, and we can roleplay some of this, but I want to describe sort of the goal of this.
Yeah.
Putting together it might be something with a religious connotation, so angel, demon, devil, something like that, where it's the sight of it causes you to forget it, because sort of I can't remember how you described it when we talked about it before, but like it's otherness to the plane causes you to kind of just lose it in your memory and then maybe lose other stuff. And then Burbage describing this voice, talking to Stormbringer to see what she remembers about Roburn's true form, so that then I could make a check to think about, do I know what that is, what it might be doing, etc.
Sure. Yeah.
So what how are you feeling this morning?
Kind of hungover.
You drank a lot.
Yeah, Hikari said it would help.
We went over that.
I don't think it helped.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad we've managed to make progress to that feeling. That's going to be helpful for you in the long
But then
run.
I don't know what will help. Let's get off this boat. That will help. Then I won't be reliving all this. The memory fuckery and Roburn. And
I hate to ask you this, but I want to try to figure out what's going on. Can you describe Roburn's true form to me?
Yeah. So she was really big and really strong because she was really wonderful like that. She was tough, and she had scales, blue skin, and these white weird lines coming off of her snout. She had a snout.
Whoa.
That's okay. I think the cat just knocked something down.
Is everyone all right? Okay.
She had a snout and talons, and she had a tail. Yeah, but it's okay because she was wonderful, and her face was kind of like a lizard's. And she had 3 fingers and claws, but she was beautiful because she was so strong. You remember how strong she was? It's because she really looked like that. It was wonderful.
Sounds wonderful. Charity's also going to pause for a second. Also, there's nothing wrong with tails. As he lashes his own. So, from that description then, Andy, combined with this memory effect and the type of thing that it is, what Burbage has heard, what we experienced, and what Roburn's quote-unquote father described to us, and like her shape changing and all these things, what do I think she was / could be doing this?
Yeah, I mean, give me a religious roll.
Okay.
See if anything here cracked open something for.
Okay, also, by the way, here's our weekly plug, because we get to it every week. Guidance is a divination cantrip that lets you give a willing creature a d4 to add to a skill check. Andy and I just let me assume that I've kept it on myself unless circumstances otherwise forbid, because 1 minute is a really crappy way of keeping track of time in D&D. So that'll be a 21.
With a 21, Charity, you're not sure if it's something that Stormbringer had said or if it's something Hakari had unlocked in you. But there's something that's just on the corner of your mind. You don't exactly feel like you know what this creature is. I mean, who does? But you think somehow you remember a creature like this with Behelit. That she was very interested in creatures like this. And something in you it sparks enough, and then the blood is kind of drained from your face, and even your fingertips grow cold, kind of thinking about it. Again, you don't know what this is, but you feel that there is certainly a connection to Behelit, or at least Behelit being very interested in something that already exists like this.
So not necessarily a thing she made or that was inherently connected to her.
In fact, her interest in it made you think that she hadn't made it.
Charity is also going to stop and think of one memory in particular that he had back from the falls.
Mm-hmm.
And Behelit's voice, he will have to be wiped clean. And does he feel like this has any connection with what happened to him?
Perhaps the way that you were wiped clean from Behelit is different than just casting a memory spell. Perhaps it would have been a creature like this that could have done that. And if that's true, and if something like that is on board this ship, that is terrifying. And Burbage just ran downstairs.
But I do also know from what the voice said that they don't know where I am.
Yes.
So if an agent of Behelit was on board...
Yeah. Either... Yeah. Well, yeah. So a couple things occur to you. Either if an agent of Behelit's on board, they're gathering information on you, and that's another way for them to figure out where you are, simply besides them just knowing. Or it can't be an agent of Behelit because they don't know yet what's going on with you.
Mm-hmm.
And with neither of those sound great. but yeah.
And I have one last question, and then we can address the fact that Burbage just ran down the fucking stairs.
Okay.
These creatures, on some level, seem to have this effect because of their difference from this plane. Their not immortality in the sense of not dying, but their non-mortalness.
Right.
Does Charity feel like using his angelic form would help resist it? By becoming something also not fundamentally of this plane.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. It's very difficult to tell, yeah.
So Charity's going to be thinking about this and sort of nodding. He's gotten pale and sort of it's like his face and like even his hands have whitened, and now you can see he's gripping, like his fingernails are almost drawing blood in his palms as he realizes that this might have been what stripped away who he was. And then he's going to sort of stop me. Wait, where was Burbage going?
What? I don't think he said.
Son of a bitch.
Were you guys where? Wait, you were still on the cargo deck that whole time?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, you would have walked by us, basically, and gone down the stairs.
Yeah, I don't want it to seem like Burbage literally ran downstairs. That was more like just fast forwarding through.
Oh, no. I understand that, but I just meant that, like,
Yeah.
Burbage, I was sort of picturing, purposefully walked by us, went down the stairs, and Charity went from being lost in thought to, like, wait, I just saw something vaguely, potentially important a few seconds ago?
Yeah.
You are keeping most of the food downstairs. Burbage certainly could be going for that. What are you doing downstairs, Burbage? Let us in.
Listen. After finishing his bacon, Burbage, just kind of stood up from the table. He might have gone to his room for like a moment, but he's basically just walking around. Like he paced back and forth a little bit in his room, kind of murmuring to himself, kind of like like under his breath, like enjoy it. And then like occasionally he'll like grunt, and then occasionally he'll like laugh, like what? Enjoy it. What the fuck? What? And then he would have composed himself and walked by, and he's basically like he's kind of lost in that and in trying to process that, but at the super ego level of Burbage right now, he's also like simultaneously trying to process his memory of the voice last night and trying to like solve like the current mystery of like the memory fuckery, and so he's distracted by all of this, and he's channeling that into, okay, I can't be in my room, I'm gonna walk around the ship and I'm gonna go back down to the first place where I remember this memory fuckery happening, which was when I was looking for the bananas.
Yeah.
And so he's he's playing like a solo investigator right now, but is really like irritated and
Okay. Yeah. And the rest of you, what would you like to do? Having Burbage go downstairs?
Should we go get him? Should we all stay together? I don't know. That doesn't seem to fix it, but maybe we should all stay not together. Maybe we should get as far from each other as we can on the ship.
horror movie logic.
I'm not sure we need to go quite that far. But
I'm still eating bacon.
Charity, when you passed out yesterday, I was really scared I had to be the adult, so I need you to be the adult. Okay?
Charity's gonna pat Stormbringer on the shoulder. I know. It's okay. So these are stairwells, right?
Yeah.
Like they don't necessarily have doors or anything?
No. Nope.
I want to move down to where I can kind of... I would almost be in between these two floors. You see what I mean? Between the two decks.
Yeah, I kind of see Burbage. Yeah.
And I'm trying... I'm listening very hard and very intentionally not looking.
I'm following Charity and not really doing anything I'm supposed to, like, not looking. I'm just, like, right behind Charity.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done downstairs. I'm gonna go back upstairs. So I guess I'll have to go past Charity and Stormbringer. So I'm going past them, and
What did
I'm
Burbage
just like
do?
I'm
downstairs?
just saying. Perhaps it's nothing.
How does Burbage seem as he walks by?
I can barely hear you. Sorry.
Oh, how does Burbage seem as he walks by?
Yeah.
Oh, you know why I can't hear you? Is because I'm holding in shift and it's like making everybody quieter for some.
What? Don't do that.
That's really weird. I
I
must
was like,
have.
is anyone else having a hard time?
No, you're good. Yeah.
At least you guys could hear me because I wasn't holding in control, which is my usual push to talk.
Okay.
Yeah, weird. Okay. Yeah. So I said perhaps it's nothing, and I'm just gonna walk by you unless you stop me. But you're asking me how does Burbage seem?
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like his eyes are unblinking. His mouth is kind of agape. He's kind of staring straight ahead.
Oh, so just totally normal Burbage then.
I'm just gonna sort of. So, the cabin. Perhaps it's nothing. And I'm gonna go back and get more bacon.
Hey, what are you guys doing? You both just whispered, like, mumbled the same thing, and you guys look kind of fucked up. Or at least Burbage looks kind of fucked up. Andy, does Charity look kind of fucked up?
A little bit. His eyes are really wide and his mouth is kind of agape, and
yeah, you guys
kind of breathing really heavy and slow.
Stormbringer, you're asking Charity and Burbage like what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, Burbage will sit down at the table and he'll say, perhaps it's nothing.
What? But it's not nothing because you look really fucked up, and I didn't want to be the adult. So can I please not have to be the adult? What's going on?
You look over to Hikari for.
Hikari, can you be the adult? I just said I didn't want to be the adult.
I'm just gonna ask this of you, Andy.
Yeah.
Stormbringer is in Charity's earshot, somewhat desperately repeating the thing that she had just asked him to do.
Yeah.
Does that have any effect on Charity?
No. It's almost as if you're not listening or paying attention. You're just, you're barely here.
Look, violence is the only way I know how to solve things, so I'm sorry for this, and I'm gonna haul off and slap Charity really hard.
Okay.
Does it help?
Helps you feel a little better.
Does Charity look any better?
No.
Hikari! You're older than me, I think. Fix this.
Yes, I am 37,000 years old, so probably.
Yeah.
So, like, what is Charity doing right now?
She's slapping Charity.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his eyes are big and his mouth is agape, and yeah.
And they both just keep repeating, perhaps it's nothing.
I don't know. I feel like I need to start. I'm just gonna be like, okay, it's okay, Stormbringer, just stop slapping Charity.
Okay. So I'll stop slapping Charity. What next?
Okay, so we need to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, but not go down there because they were down there, and then it was.
Yeah. Perhaps it's nothing.
What the fuck? No! It's not nothing! I just said it's not nothing! Does Hikari look fucked up too?
Her eyes are big. Her mouth is agape. You see her fangs sticking out. She's just kind of looking at the bacon and just kind of gnawing on it, not even eating it, really.
You guys. I'm gonna start shaking Charity.
Stormbringer, you feel a presence kind of coming up the stairs right behind you.
I'm gonna squeeze my eyes shut. It's not
Okay.
nothing, and I don't want to see it.
Oh, it's okay, Stormbringer.
Unless, is it Roburn? Does it sound like Roburn's voice?
It does not.
Does it sound like a voice I know?
Give me an intelligence check.
For stream and podcast purposes, I just want to let everybody know that there is this whisper feature in Roll20 that we are engaging in right now. So you're not hearing. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't recall a voice like this at all. It is kind of melodious. It's kind of beautiful.
It's not
okay,
okay. It's not okay.
Oh well. Perhaps it's nothing.
No, it's not nothing. Do I feel the presence leave?
You do, yeah. You kind of hear it go back downstairs.
I'm gonna keep my eyes shut, and since Charity's closest to me, I'm going to try to pick up Charity and go upstairs.
Okay.
This whole thing is done with my eyes shut.
Okay. You kind of look around, you feel for Charity. You just sort of pick him up. Charity, you have no compulsion about this at all. It's totally fine.
I wouldn't.
then-
Normally.
You wouldn't not normally be fine. But you're
No, I
kind
meant
of
normally. It
really
probably
out-
would be.
Oh,
I
no,
kind
no.
of trust Stormbringer to make the call on somebody needs to get picked up now.
Do I make it upstairs with Charity?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you're upstairs with Charity.
I'm gonna open my eyes now. Charity, are you normal now? You know who's an adult? Charity, the captain's an adult. And I bet he knows how to deal with this because I tried shaking and I tried hitting.
Stormbringer, out of the corner of your eye, then, as you're talking to just a slack-jawed Charity, you see a figure approach.
Can I squeeze my eyes shut?
You sort of shut your eyes, and just before you close your eyes, you definitely see this figure, who is a beautiful elven woman wearing a white dress, who has, for some reason, completely removed her top. And she says, Stormbringer, it's okay. Stormbringer, please make a wisdom saving throw for me.
It's not my dump stat.
Good.
Nice.
I rolled a 15.
Stormbringer, you see the same sort of blue iridescent, scaly skin that you recall now from Roburn.
I see it with my eyes closed?
You as your eyes were closing, you got a glimpse of this. And you feel your mind almost turn as if it's trying to remove this creature from your perception totally. But it doesn't. you lock your mind. You remember Roburn. You've seen a creature like this before and recalled it. Stormbringer, you think you can actually look at this person?
I really, really, Andy, you're not tricking me?
You feel this 100%.
Okay. I'm gonna open my eyes. You're not Roburn, but you kind of look like her.
No, we met the other night in the tavern.
Does she look like the elven woman, or does she look like a blue scaly person?
Not anymore. She doesn't look like an elven woman. She looks like a blue, scaly, snouted person, kind of white, almost whiskers coming off of that snout. But her voice is the same.
And I do remember meeting an elven woman really briefly.
Yes. And she says, "See, there you go." And she actually then adjusts her dress to put back on her top. And at this, her features transform back into this beautiful elven woman. You sort of look around, and there's a few more people on deck that are just like slack-jawed, bug-eyed. But Stormbringer, you absolutely have your faculties about you right now. What would you like to do?
Okay. So, again, I'm going to preface this with I did not want to be the adult, and I don't know how to solve anything but through violence. This is not my fault. I'm going to punch her in the face.
He's
Yes.
giving you an attack roll.
That's just an unarmed attack, so it's like, what,
Yeah,
a
just
20
your
plus my
strength.
strength?
Yep. Yeah.
And my strength mod is 3, so it's an 11.
Okay.
I would have given the world for that to be a crit.
I know.
You go to punch her in the face, and she very quickly dodges out of the way of your punch, and so that you're just hitting her like beautiful kind of white blonde hair. And she looks at you, Stormbringer, and she takes a step back, and again she removes her top so that she's exposed to you. But and as she does that, she turns back into this scaly, bluish green, iridescent creature before you.
Stop doing whatever you're doing to my friends. You're not Roburn, and you're not my friend, and I want you to stop.
Stormbringer, we could be friends.
I don't know you.
Why aren't you affected?
Why are you doing this?
Stormbringer, perhaps we got on the wrong foot. My name is Patience.
Did you say patient or patience?
Patience. And she
Okay.
extends a hand to you, putting back on her dress.
I'm not comfortable shaking your hand. I don't know what your powers are, but thanks. Hi. My name's Stormbringer. Please stop doing whatever you're doing to my...
I could stop. I could stop any time I wanted to, but, well, those that I serve they don't want me to stop.
I don't give a shit what they want. I want you to stop.
Yes. Well, not all of us get what we want, Stormbringer.
Well, you know, we do if we try. So...
Perhaps I should tell you my full name. I am the Patience of Bahamut. And that concludes tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons. If you are interested and curious to see where the story goes from here, please follow us on Twitch, where we are simply Helpful Goat, or subscribe on YouTube at Helpful Goat Gaming. We are a small, independent game design firm and could really use the support. And if you'd like to know more about us, our streams, our company, or our upcoming projects, you can visit helpfulgoat.com, follow us on Twitter at HelpfulGoat, or check out our Facebook page at HelpfulGoat. Whew! That was fun. That was a lot of good fun. Thank you, everyone, for playing. And thanks
Fun.
so much for listening and watching. We immensely appreciate it. And from all of us on Goats and Dragon, we wish you an excellent evening. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night. Be on the lookout for the bonus episode that got Putin incident, which will tie into this one quite nicely. Bye.
Bye.